those options to the other half, not me. I'm excited about it, listening to you guys.
Yeah, well, there's loads. You can, there's a lot that Yamaha thing I've got, FGDP 50. Just get that and play it. Yeah, I mean, finger drum it.
We're talking about live drum sounds and how to capture the best drum sounds. And Scotty seems to think Splice is a... Yeah, I have Splice.
Yeah, if you've got Splice for little sort of percussive loops and things like that, that's generally all I'll use sample-wise, Lamont, is drums.
Yeah,
and it's purely because I'm not a drummer. Any musical elements that I use, any sound effects, 90% I'll make myself. But drums, unless it's a 4 on the floor, it'll generally be a sample that I'll use as a 4 on the floor. And I've got my sort of, I've got like a little, basically just I open up, oh, Christ almighty, talk about a mind blank. I think, it's not massive. It's a contact. Why is my Logic not opening? Cancel. Yeah, I have basically a general, it's my set of kicks that I've sort of either made or I've used or layered, or I've basically got my own set of kicks that I always use, all saved into this one sort of sampler. For some reason, my mind's gone completely blank and I can't remember what contact called it. It's always open on mine, so it's something that I never need to open. I just have it set. Kick. Here we go. It's battery.
Yeah,
battery.
Yeah.
And I've just got my kicks set into there that I generally always use because I know that they're good and they come through good. And if I work to those kicks, the mix generally sits well because the kicks are good. Because it's amazing. If you get the wrong kick and you're balancing your track to the wrong kick, it just sounds shit. If you can get a good kick and you know where that sits, and it's crazy. The difference it can make to a mix. But percussive elements like these, like groove loops and things like that, Splice is fucking amazing for, because you can just go into that, type in the tempo of your track and say, give me percussive loops, and just run through them until Lamar says, oh, fuck, I like that. And then just drop it into Ableton. And you can, even if you drop it into Ableton, what you can do, you can search. This is what I was saying to Lamar there. You can search in Splice for, say your track's at 110 BPM. You can say, well, show me loops from 105 BPM to 115 BPM, because that's, you could time stretch them and to get them at 110 and you would never even hear it. So you basically, it'll then give you more results. So you've got more to scan through. You then just drop that into Ableton, and it'll automatically time stretch it to 110 BPM if that's what your track's at. You can then export that file as a 110 BPM file and then just throw it straight into your sampler, and you can take that live with you. So you've then got that real played percussion. You could layer it all, bounce them all down into one track. So you've got maybe 3 or 4 different, like that one that I sent you for this one, I think it was 5 different, between me playing various different percussive hits on the top and some loops with it. I think it was 5 different tracks that I just bounced down into one, and then it just made that whole loop that you now use on that groove.
Sounds nice as well, doesn't it?
And the thing was, it instantly gave Lamar some place to go.
Like instantly. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a freaking, oh, okay, so this is an actual drum or somebody playing the drums, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got a drummer just walked in the room and sat down and going, try this. Yeah, I mean, oh, fuck, yeah, cool, let's go. It's like, it's a instant vibe creator, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I use Splice, but I too have my own preference on how I want to hear my percussion. So we're in this, he wants to hear one thing and I want to hear another type thing.
Right, okay.
Which is no fault to him or I. I just have my own style. He has his own style.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best to meet in the middle without compromising what I love about my genre and what he loves about his genre.
Yeah,
so,
and I think you've, in Dirty Rituals, you've kind of hit that perfectly, because you've still got all your own percussive elements in there, and then we get into this groove section in the middle where it is more sort of sample-based loops added with yours,
yeah,
which then gives Lamar something to jam along to,
Yeah.
And we talked
and then
about
we go
that.
back
yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
So we are coming up with ways on how we're going to get around. Like the TR8S is still going to be the meat and potatoes for the portion of it, but however, I do use splice, not as much as I used to, but I still have splice. But what I have gone and look at and starting to implement in the TR8S and currently am downloading sound packs from one of my favorite jazz drummers, and it's a Christoph Ghost Hack sample pack.
Okay.
And I don't know if you heard of the actual jazz drummer they sampled from. His name is why is his name? Hang on here. I may be able to pull it up here. His name is
That's a weird name.
if you go to Ghost Hacks, he sells his drum samples. Hang on. I'm just going to look it up real quick.
There you go, Apollo. We were looking for you earlier today. I'm sure you heard the news. Heard the news. We were just wondering how you doing, bud.
Oh, well, you're live now. Hang on. Better go find you.
Drink responsibly, Georgie.
Yeah, I looked through the TR8S manual the other day. Not the manual, the like patch list. There's no hi-hat foot pedal. It's like, what? But it's a sampler, so you can import one. But yeah, it doesn't have a pedal option.
All right, I'm gonna bring it to the attention so we can just get it out there.
Yeah, I can't find. Man, it's this artist who plays for Bliss, and he does a lot of bongo type drums, which I'm really starting to fall in love with. But right now, I can't find it for some reason.
Let me just touch on this real quick, bub. Yesterday during the Kumite and during our interview with Apollo Hanzo, Apollo brought to everybody's attention that we could not get a hold of Jerry, and it had been a while. So everybody got worried because it's not like Jerry to not make contact with anybody or not show up for someone's event, especially Apollo Hanzo's interview with us or the Kumite and his pregame with the Sin Samurai show. So during the Samurai show, we were constantly texting back and forth with Sin Samurai. After his show, we really got involved with the conversation, and Samurai asked me, should he call for the welfare check? And me being the cop was like, if I had the address, that would have already have been done. But we still had to mull that over and run through our options. So we thought that maybe Jerry was in the hospital. Maybe he was asleep from a drunken stupor. We didn't want to overstep our bounds and be so heavily into his life. But at the same time, we all understood who Jerry was, and we knew that there was something off. Later in that conversation, my brother came in and helped us seal the deal. Like, yeah, something's off. Apollo even told us that this is out of character for Jerry. And so Sam called the police department. They conducted a welfare check. They couldn't get him to answer the door. They called Samurai back to see if he had a key or knew of anyone, which we didn't. So I'm going to assume, as what law enforcement does, as I know what I would do, I would kick in the door for the exigent circumstance to make sure that everything is okay, because once you set foot on the premises, you cannot leave without contact. So the officers went in, and I think they found Uncle Jerry in bed. To them, it appeared that he had passed away in his sleep, and who knows how long within those 48 hours that he actually passed away. So they did finally end up getting a hold of Jerry's sister, who is now in contact with the people that she needs to speak to as far as, I guess, procuring his body or his wishes. So with that said, Jerry is going to be sorely, 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 sorely missed. He was truly like the light of the chat with his frickin' laughter. You know, it was very easy to make Uncle Jerry laugh. He was a really good dude, and I think everybody could take away something, any conversation with Jerry. But you know, and to Jerry's living situation, which he made public, that he was fighting some demons with family and loneliness and some depression. So, thank you for everybody that was always there for Jerry and who took the time to talk to Jerry and let Jerry just talk, especially during his little podcast that he would do on his channel. I think the most of us that would watch Jerry on his channel could see all the hurt that Jerry was going through, which kept us there longer. So he had people to speak to and someone to be there with. So if you check our Discord, Marilyn put something up. If you guys are going to do a popcorn jam this Friday, if you can, it doesn't have to be long, just dedicated to Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry's world will be sorely, sorely missed. I can only imagine what it's doing to the Sin Samurai show. He had a bunch of people that respected him there and also here. So, I mean, I don't know too much to say about it. It still beat me up. I did not sleep well last night. It was just...
I didn't get any sleep at all.
It's just losing the brother that you just... I mean, he was just here, right? We were all just talking, and he was laughing, and he did his whole tasting of Marmite. You know, he didn't like it, and he's just a funny character, and now he's not with us.
I was just telling the guys today that maybe 2 months ago, well, Jerry started coming around the channel about maybe 5 months ago, right. well before Christmas. So about 5, maybe even 6 months ago. And the moment he landed into Monkey Island, my brother saw his moniker and immediately went in at Uncle Jerry's house, you know, and that's when that whole thing came about. But I remember one specific day, I think it was in January, where Uncle Jerry was doing a live, and it was one of his first live shows. He was trying to figure out what to do, couldn't figure out StreamYard. And for most of you who did catch his live shows, the man struggled with depression. So my wife and I were watching his show one day, and we were watching for about a good 30, 45 minutes. He was lacking for words and content. The only thing he knew to say was what was going on with him and his family. It was getting late, so the wife bounced off, and I stayed on for a little bit. And then I said, "Okay, Jerry, I'm going to catch you later." And immediately he went into Discord and into my private message and sent me a message saying, "Could you stay a little longer, Lamont? I'm having a real hard time. I'm struggling. I'm lonely. My mother was in this place. She died in here, or she didn't die in here, but she lived in here, and she's now somewhere else. And I go and visit her every now and then, and I just really need someone to just watch me and just hear my words." And I said, you know, Jerry, of course I'll stay, but go into our Discord and stick around on our comment section on YouTube. Like, you'll find that the S.O.R family and Monkey Island, you know, the channel is really based on symptoms of reality, right? It's based on mental health. It's based on people helping each other. It's based on supporting the artist who struggles, who doesn't get many views, who has less subscribers than most. I think you'll find solace there. You'll find a family there who are willing to talk with you, and you might find someone in your area. And so he did that. He came around a hell of a lot more. He went into Discord and seen how tight we all were. And he literally considered, you know, symptoms of reality a place for his mental aspect. And him and I had many private messaging.
Yeah, we did too.
Back and forth. and he told me exactly what he thought. His favorite 2 channels was Synth Samurai and Symptoms of Reality. He said he got what he needed from both channels at the time he was viewing it. He got the energy, the excitement, the rush, and the gas from Synth Samurai. He would always say, man, that Synth Samurai, man, he would have me buying everything, and I didn't even know what I bought, you know.
Right.
And then
he got the 707.
he got,
the TR8S.
I mean, he was just saying, you know, synths in general. Then he said, and when I come to your guys' channel and I'm at my lowest mentally, I find that Symptoms of Reality always found a way to make me laugh and be willing more or less to stop their show and talk about mental health. And there's not a whole lot of shows that would be willing to do that right in the middle of what they're doing just to see if someone's okay, and then divert the whole show to mental health. So I said, well, at least you found what you love on the internet, Jerry. But here's what I suggest to you. You should really get back into your music and start creating some of those things that make you happy. And, you know, try not to let your family dictate your overall feeling about what's going on. And Christmas had just passed, the new year had just passed, and I think it was literally he was in his worst point. You know, and I said, Jerry, well, at least talk to my wife and have her help you with Streamyard, because I can see you really love that, and you love when people come in and talk to people. I said, there's no reason why you can't do that yourself. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, he did it, and I could see it was helping him, and he was getting ready to take wild with it, and him and Apollo started to stream together more and more, you know. Apollo, you do have a link in. If you want to come in, let me know if you're in the back room.
Jerry and I last words were, I think it was the day after I got off the plane. I was here on that Tuesday morning. He DM'd me, and the very first thing he said was, man, Lamar, I'm sure glad to have you back. It ain't the same without you on there. And I really, you know, Jerry loved the bass. He's like, I really miss the bass playing, and I really miss you talking about Uncle Jerry's world this and Uncle Jerry's world that. And he wanted me to hurry up and come back.
Right.
Sometimes you get, like, when you piece shit together, when you piece it all up and you think about the conversations you had before one's passing, it was like, you never know how much you impact somebody until
right
after the shit is done.
Right. And he would sit there and just be amazed on Popcorn Night how people were so receptive to his jam and what they thought about him. And, you know, and then once he settled in on Monkey, I mean, well, you got to thank Synth Samurai for sending him over.
Right.
I don't even think Sammy knew what he was doing when he sent him over to our channel and how much it was going to help him. And then Jerry was so invested in the S.O.R program, he went into other channels like the Pubness and Robbie's channel and Get Jervis, and it was almost like he was following everyone that was here,
right?
Because he knew that these people were seeking something too, and he wanted to be with them. He wanted to be in the comment section where he knew
he had family.
He had family.
Somebody he could talk to.
Somebody who knew Uncle Jerry, you know?
I think back now, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's selfish, but to me, it's Jerry ain't hurting no more. Like, he doesn't have to hold that weight like Risky. Like, you know, he doesn't have to hold that weight anymore. He's not hurting anymore.
Right.
He struggled a lot.
Yeah.
He had more, just by speaking to him, he had more bad days than he had good days. And it was taking its toll on him.
It was. I don't care to imagine what he went through, because that just sucks. That just puts a damper on me even more. And it's hard not to get emotional about it because that man was close to us.
Right.
But for him to say to everyone who is watching this show, this is what's going on, and putting his heart out there, I never want anybody to be in that situation where they're in a place of solitude and they die alone.
Mm.
No one cares enough. I mean, for crying out loud, he would ask Apollo or myself or even George G's, is there any way you guys can take me to a doctor's appointment? And this guy is 1,000 and some odd miles away from us.
I couldn't tell you how much I contemplated on actually doing that. It was for his back.
Right. And we didn't have the means to do it.
Yeah.
And it gutted me when I said, I would love to help you, Jerry, but I cannot afford to come out there to take you to a doctor's appointment.
Right.
And I said, can you call a Uber? Can you call a taxi service or something?
He said they wouldn't touch him because he had a medical disability that he needed help into the car, and they
right. It was just a bunch of things. His family wouldn't help him, and it's just
it's a sad story.
It's a sad story.
Scotty, Cressy, you guys got anything you want to say?
Yeah, it's I was a bit shocked, to say the lightest, when I seen it today. One thing that I would like to say is that, like, Apollo, don't be beating yourself up because you were messaging there saying that you were too late for him, and sorry, brother, you weren't too late, because between yourself, Lamar, Synth Samurai, MARELYN, you guys were the one that really pushed the button to get him checked on. And if you hadn't done that,
we'd still be
goodness
lost.
knows how long he would have been in there for.
Exactly.
Right.
So, on a positive note, which is the way I kind of try to look at things, first of all, like Lamar said, he is no longer in pain. And the happiness that I seen him find in the shows that he was in his element, because it was exactly that. He looked at that the chat column as his family. And ultimately, that is what it ended up being, because they were the ones that have now got people in there to get him where he should be, rather than just lying in a house on his own. So, top guy who I don't know how many times had me sore in the face with laughing, because he was a funny guy, especially the Marmite tasting. But hats off to you all. You need to give yourselves a bit of credit here as well, that goodness knows how long he would have been there if it hadn't been for you guys. So thanks for that from everyone.
Yeah, for real.
It was a divine intervention.
Yeah.
Cress, you got something?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
No.
Understandable.
You know what's funny is when my brother and I was talking to Samurai, and we were debating on, do we call the police? It almost felt like, and just go with me here, if you believe in a universe or not, or a divine intervention, we were his two favorite channels, hands down. He's told me this time and time again. And as the three of us are on the phone, we kept coming up with other excuses as not to call for a wellness check. And every time we did, there was just something greater than us that kept saying, no, you're not going to wait till tomorrow. No, you're not being intrusive. No, he's not doing this and he's not doing that, And all I could think about was Apollo saying he would show up for my interview, right, no matter what.
No matter what.
Hands down. And we just kept coming up with ideas. But as we did, something kept pointing the three of us to continuously progress through that, 20 minutes of debate to ultimately call. Mm-hmm. It seemed like something would not let us give up. And as strange as it may seem, that could have been Jerry telling us, you guys need to do this for me because no one else is going to care enough.
Not care enough, but no one,
Who knows whatever the
Yeah,
situation
yeah.
may be. I'm not saying
Jeez.
like no one cared about the guy, but
I
I'm
know.
saying there was a reason why.
The three of us, the four of us that
and
did
if you
it.
ask him, Samurai, he's in 100% agreement that there was something beyond us
It's definitely
that pushed us in this weird situation where we were the ones
Yeah.
to have to make sure it happened when it happened.
it's definitely a synchronistic moment to know that the three of us had to do it. You look at that and you go, this guy loved everything about these two channels, and of course these three dudes would do that. They would be the ones to ultimately discover Jerry's passing.
Right. Yeah. He said, how in the fuck you guys get all these UK people liking you? They're all the way across the fucking pond.
Yeah, he would say some crazy outlandish
Some
shit.
crazy shit.
He would disregard the technologies of the internet, and he just
Yeah.
he act like our channel was sent out by pigeons. You know, like there's pigeons are just dropping letters like, "Hey, go to this channel in UK and shit." Just
I would wake up at literally 3 o'clock in the morning and see Panda Man still on fucking StreamYard with Jerry and Apollo, and it's like Panda didn't even sleep, and these guys are still up going on about God knows what. But if you looked at Jerry sitting in his chair, those of you that know what Jerry looks like sitting in his chair, he had the biggest fucking smile on his face.
Yeah.
He was happy that somebody was there with him. Somebody acknowledged his
oh my
existence.
god, when he had Panda on, that dude, he lost his mind. Jerry lost his mind with excitement. But it was nothing funnier than to watch Jerry eat Marmite and him say, "Who eats this shit? Who eats this shit?
Right.
Get out of here, Marmite. Go on, you get out of here, Marmite."
Yeah, I just wonder if he's up there now going, it was the fucking Marmite that done it.
Yeah. Y'all don't even know, you twats.
You
Look
fucking
next
twats.
to look next to my nightstand, man. It was that fucking Marmite.
Yeah. You know, and Jerry had a chronic respiratory disease called COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And what a lot of people don't know is that doesn't go away. That's permanent.
Yeah, my father's got it. Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
so he did some marijuana smoking. He did the edibles. He had severe shortness of breath. He had depression. He drank. And those aren't good combinations when you have those
Precursors.
right. And so maybe, you know, I'm sure 100% Jerry knew this. But maybe on the other hand, Jerry knew what his demise was, and he was going to continue to play this game the way he wanted all the way out.
Yeah. Wagyu said he had way too much Marmite in his system because he was so excited to try that shit.
He was.
Fucking Jerry.
Yeah.
Till it hit his taste buds.
Oh my God, that was just
God.
a.
He said, "What the?"
Who
His
eats
face,
this
his
shit?
face expression as
Yeah,
soon as he put it in his
didn't need to
mouth.
say a word, did he? It was just like, oh, fuck.
Robbie says, "Leave Marmite out of this." Oh fuck no, Robbie! It took one of our own.
Yeah. Like,
Jeez.
who remembers Jerry's laugh? Who remembers
Yeah.
that fucking laugh?
Oh,
my
yes.
So infectious.
Oh, you know, at Jerry's house, at Uncle Jerry's house.
When he first landed in on Monkey Island, he said, when Lamar said that for the first time, he said, "God damn, he's spot on." That's exactly what you can do at my house.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I guess we'll get back to the show Friday popcorn night. For those that are submitting, if you want to just tag a little something for Uncle Jerry's World, please do.
He also went by a protagonist called the Frog Lord.
The Frog Lord.
Now, I don't know who dubbed him the Frog Lord, whether it was, I know it's his animal, but maybe it was the Synth Samurai community that dubbed him the Frog Lord. Wait, what was Synth saying?
Yeah, it was definitely supernatural because the three of us were just, we would not let it ride.
You had to be there to see how weird it was.
Yeah, it was like why the three of us and why are we having this such a fucking debacle
Right.
over this guy Like we need to call we knew what we had to do.
And
But wait, Wagyu said it though. Wagyu said he thought we were being a little overzealous, worrying about him offline. That's what Wagyu was thinking yesterday,
Right. Yeah.
right? And we had that same notion, but it was like we could not stop texting each other until we knew.
I'm gonna be honest too, and I know Sammy feels the same way. I did not enjoy the Kumite last night one bit.
I couldn't focus on not even on toward the end of our interview with Apollo when he said that. I was like, oh fuck.
I didn't enjoy Get Jervis afterwards. I didn't enjoy Viral Beats afterwards. I didn't enjoy anyone's content. I didn't even go to sleep. I've been up for 30 some odd hours now.
I got maybe 4 hours and a nap on the wall over here.
And most of my time last night, I kept thinking, what could I have done different that we weren't paying attention to?
Exactly.
Did we not acknowledge him enough in the comment section? Did we not go to enough of his live shows? Did we not do more checking in on him to see if he was okay and if he need any medical attention? And you know, that still runs through my mind. Did I not do enough? Did I not do enough?
Yeah. And I remember that when Samurai we were texting during the Kumite, Sammy was calling Jerry. Like it's like we knew. Apollo's right. When Apollo said it yesterday, I knew Jerry was gone, but I didn't want to face that.
Tracker Jack said, that's weird. I couldn't sleep either last night, though, having no idea, of course. And isn't that how things happen too? That invisible veil of connection and frequencies. And, you know, Gracie told me a while back that Inky was highly involved in the mysticism,
In the esoteric.
in the things that we can't see, and she strongly believed in you know, that way of life and that how we can connect with people. And it's just for us to be involved with that. You know what's strange is for us to be involved with Inky led Inky to or led us to Cresthead, that led us to majority of the UK audience, which Inky, unbeknownst to us, was in cahoots with EchoCraft. Then EchoCraft was then aware of us. And then by being aware of us, Synth Samurai comes in the picture. And Synth Samurai comes in the picture more or less due to Robbie and what Synth Samurai had going on.
Right.
And we wouldn't have been in contact with Synth Samurai and as close as we are now with him had it not been for the Robbie thing.
Right. Or no Jerry.
Or no Jerry, you know, no Apollo. And it doesn't seem like a coincidence that all these things are tied by so many like cosmic knots, you know?
Yeah, things happen for a reason.
Things happen for a reason. And even if we can only see the negative for that moment, Jerry's death is for a reason. And all that we can see is his death, and the Frog Lord is gone now. But what did it spark for the future?
Right.
You know, how is it going to aid us now?
Wagyu says we all had the same feeling the day 3 of the Horror Jam Festival where suddenly Inky didn't show up. Really uncharacteristic for her. She missed her own 15-minute set being played. And that's when you know. Like it doesn't take a genius to figure it out because we know each other so very well. We know what we would not miss. And that's how in tune and close you get as a family.
And that sometimes is more than a blood family.
Yeah.
Where you know the habits of every moniker that's in the comment section right now. You probably know more about everybody that's in this comment section right now than some of your closest relatives.
Oh, it's what Scotty and I are talking about. If his family was closer than what we are, they would have found him Saturday. it took us to find him 2 days later. People that outside of his family. Well, fuck
Right.
that. His other family.
They didn't even know for two. They would have never known. Not even his daughter. His daughter got a hold of Synth Samurai, even asking, "What do I do now? Now what do I do?" And to put him in that position, you know, it's. I just wish this on no man. And if any one of you guys are struggling with mental health, you know, this is the place to come talk to somebody. If you don't want to seek professional help, like Jerry said, if you say something in the comment section, we will stop all tracks, turn around, get in our microphones, and we will help you through it. And there ain't no one that's going to look at you differently because we all go through it.
Yeah, not daughter, the funeral home director or funeral home asked.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the daughter. Which is even sad when you got someone that's just harboring a dead body saying, now what?
Right.
What do I do with this?
Right. Mm. Well,
It's very sad.
It's sad.
Yep.
It's sad. I'm kind of wanting to rename Popcorn Night after Jerry. Friday Night Jerry's. Friday night
At Jerry's.
at Jerry's. It's got a ring to it.
Or call it Jerry's house.
Jerry's house.
Ay, 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 ay. All right. Well, we're back to wrapping up this album. We're going not album, but this track, this song. I think we got mixing and mastering to do. Seeing what stitches up together. I think the bass part is done for the most part on this one, and we have 2 tracks that needs to bass, and it'll be a wrap for those as well. When I was away, you guys cranked out 2 more tracks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Synth Samurai.
Big J's Popcorn
That's
Night.
cool. I've just seen that myself. Yeah, that works.
I like that.
Yeah.
Popcorn
works.
with Uncle Jerry's World.
Everyone
I
in
like
the
that
everyone in the comment section, come up with a name for Friday night. We're using Jerry.
Machines One. What's up? What's up?
What's up, Machines One?
TCO. All right. You guys want to?
This is what Jerry would love to hear right now. Let's go to Merge.
Let's go to
Let's go
Merge.
get some cars. Check out Echo Craft. Check out Synth Samurai. The Machines One. Hans Volt. Check them all out. Let's go to Merge. Take your trumpets to Merge. Behringer, Behringer, Behringer. Buy all Behringer products right now. Let's go. You don't have any money? Put it on a Behringer credit card. It's a fake credit card, but it works. The APR is 100%.
That's Synth Samurai saying he called the funeral director after lunch and they managed to get in touch with his sister finally. So hopefully he gets a proper service.
Yeah.
Good. Well done, Synth Samurai.
Yeah. Kudos to Synth Samurai. Ultimately, it fell on his shoulders.
Yep.
And he had to do it. He had the pertinent information. And there was no exit. My brother and I were blocking the front and the back exit. And he had to put that weight on his shoulders and get 13 days behind that ice wall, sir. Because no one else is going to lug someone else's shit out.
Nope.
You know? So I'm sorry you had to make that decision, sir. But you knew there was no fucking choice.
Damn. All right.
So let me bring this up. I got to change the camera views and everything.
I got to go make some water. I'll be back.
Make some water. Oh, Scotty, Tracker Jack found that artist I was talking about.
Which artist?
With the jazz sample packs that he sells. I don't know. My mind is so all over the place. I am so tired. But I got it off of, I forgot what website I got him off of. Jacob Anderson. Oh, that's where Tracker found him. Okay. All right, let me get these cameras changed. Losing your mind. Falling behind. Keeping you blind. Wasting your time. Dirty
This song took on a whole new meaning for me.
Same here.
Yeah.
Maybe the ending, we just let those drums ride out. Losing your mind. Falling behind. Oh. Dirty ritual. A 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 dirty ritual.
Are you thinking of fade on them at the end? That's what I'm thinking.
Listen, this is the end. And we just fade that down after some time.
Yeah.
What you think?
Yeah, that could work.
I'll just leave it there for now so we can.
It sounds like there's a bit of a gap where it's looped there, just at the join of those parts. If you can have a zoom in on that there, it sounds like there was a bit of a glitch with the. We might just have to. Don't know why. Ah, there we go. Look, you can see it. It's off the grid a bit.
Yeah.
No, so that was right. I think it's the end of the sample that's maybe wrong, is it? If we look at the start of the sample first and just make sure that that's right. Yeah, it looks right. I think it's the end. It's just got that additional tail on it again. Yeah, there we go. So we'll have to delete the rest of them and then just... No, that won't work. No, because what happens is that chops the start of that sample off. So you'd be better just to delete the rest and Command D that first one. Command Delta, sorry. I'll get that right one day.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
Maybe
Not today.
Maybe
Another
2056.
day. You'll get it right another day.
Or just you probably won't get it right at all.
All right.
That's a possibility. What's he doing?
So what? We just do that right there and just copy it from there?
Yeah.
Duplicate it, not copy. I think that vape needs panning.
Pan that vape to the left, Scotty.
I'll try it the
Throw
next
some
time,
reverb
sorry.
on it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's in good shape now.
Yeah, that sounded good. without the vape.
I don't know. I was kind of getting used to that instrument.
Yeah, it's adds character, doesn't it?
Okay, so I'm thinking we zero everything out as soon as that vocal ends and these percussions begin. And then we consolidate it, fade it out, and go back and we can start mixing maybe and taking notes where you want Meryl's voice at.
Doesn't
or
he sound
Marilyn's.
like a producer all of a sudden? What's
I
going on?
know, yeah, I know. It's getting
Excuse
a
me,
little bit scary
where's that synth guy gone? Bring him back. It's way more easier to deal with than you. You're way too knowledgeable.
Fucking needy motherfucker.
That's right, bitches.
We'll have to drop the guitars in as well, remember, on the groovy part.
Okay, let me make this cut first, Scotty, and then we'll do that.
Okay, Mr. Producer.
Now y'all sound like a bunch of twats.
What's new?
We only got room for one.
Right, we'll just let him speak now, Chris. Leave the room for that one.
Yeah, training wheels off on your own. as a point in time in where we are at, this is an Uncle Jerry song, isn't it?
God, it sure sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you got the sad opening and you got the upbeat bit, which
And then the
is
sad ending again.
which is totally him.
Yeah.
You know what
I know,
reminds
no,
me?
it's not. We didn't set out. No one set out to make this song about that.
No.
No, but that's,
It does
But
that's
it's
seem
like
to
the
fit.
path it follows does fit. Yeah. Yeah.
it does. I don't think there's anyone that can argue with this. But I remember Jerry in the comments on this song, he was like, "What are you saying? Is it dirty ritual?" Because he thought I was saying something else. He said,
Dirty
"Man, that's
Rita."
fucking my mind up."
Yeah. Oh, have we hit the 12-minute mark on your song yet?
Looking at this ending from the end of the percussion, which I don't think we're going to use all of it, but maybe we do. If we're just using the percussion and Lamar wants to be in on that ending, it is 9 minutes and 50 some odd seconds.
No, that's all right. Because you've got a bit of front end on this as well, haven't you, to take off?
Yes.
It doesn't feel that long either, eh?
So yeah, I guess it's shorter than 9
Passes
minutes.
quick. Yeah.
Because where we're
You-
starting at.
You'll love this, by the way. My jam today that I did, because I was like, my Studio B failed, so I was like rushing around trying to get something done at home. When I timed it, it was 8.5 minutes.
Wow. I thought you were waiting to say you beat Friday's popcorn night, and it was
I
30
did.
seconds long.
I did, didn't I? I had to take an axe to it.
Because it was just too
You were
long.
waiting to say you beat Friday's popcorn night, and it was 30 seconds long.
I did, didn't I? I had to take an axe to it.
Because it was just too long. You were waiting to say you beat Friday's popcorn night, and it was 30 seconds long.
What the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
Neither do I. I
Where
was
did that come
trying
from?
to mute everything at my end, and nothing was stopping it.
I thought you sampled me there.
Fucking
What's going
Scott,
on?
man.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I did check my system, but it was nothing here. Fucking, that was weird.
Yeah.
The only thing that was in was the bass. Let me see.
Something got picked up.
Check.
Someone in the chat said, "Was that Uncle Cherry?" He's fucking with us.
Fuck, like I don't even know how that could happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mad, isn't it? Could be. You don't know, do you? If you did, mate, well done. Because that was fucking what? What was going on?
Tracker, you could be right.
Like, how does that even happen?
I have no idea. It was like some sort of loop that happened on StreamYard, I think.
But it was weird because it was really thin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really thin sounding.
And for it to loop on that part of the conversation was weird too.
Pretty much.
Okay, where do I set these stems we brought in last week, Scotty? Do they go to the beginning of?
What's that? The guitars.
Is that for the upbeat bit?
The guitars are for the upbeat bit.
Okay, there's a purple one that says feel.
Yeah, they're fine where they are. That's where they're meant to be.
Okay.
That's like the little drum fill at the end, just to sort of bring in the next section.
Okay, where?
And then the guitar stems, which are in your messages, or the guitar stem, should I say?
Well, let me go look to see if we didn't put them all the way at the bottom first.
What's that? The guitars? I don't think I sent you them. I think it was after we were finished.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Saturday I sent you them.
Yeah, I don't see them, Scott.
Did I not send you the... What does that brass perk and guitars... Maybe I've not sent you the link. Hang on. Because I think that might have been just the file that I sent you to let you hear it. Hold on.
Okay, because that was sent Saturday.
Yeah, so let me have a look in Dropbox.
We've had
I've
a
maybe
whole
dropped it
weekend
into the
in
folder in Dropbox. And... where am I? Computer. Dropbox.
So does Dropbox time out on stuff as well?
No, not so much. No, not if it's a folder I've set up, it just stays in there. But I've maybe just not sent the link to, because what I'd done was just to let you guys hear it on WhatsApp, I just sent that file, which included the brass and the percussion, just to give you a feel for how it sounded. Right, where are we? Dirty Rituals, Scotty guitar. I don't know whether this will be. I'll try it. See if it just comes through yet. Messages. Trusto. Send. Looks like it's going to send it. Here you go.
Can one of you watch the chat and make sure I don't miss some comment from the wife?
Yeah, we'll do.
So it's just one then for today, correct?
Yeah, and that just gets dropped right on that groovy bit, or copied and pasted onto that sort of groove section. Yeah, Paul, it is such a shock.
So what are you thinking about right there?
Yeah, we can take a listen to it. It may have to come in a little bit later so that we've not got it straight away, but we'll get the levels right and then we can suss out where we need to put it, really. The volumes don't look overly high. They might be okay. If we drop them down to maybe -6 or something. And hopefully that's not too loud.
I'll tell you what, though, it feels good to be back in here Monday with you boys.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Ah, no, that's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. You'll have to delete that. I've sent you the wrong one, sorry. That's the very opening guitar part, isn't it?
Yeah, you've been a knob, haven't you?
I've been a knob.
Nice polished one.
A
Check your
nicely
files.
polished knob.
All that tells me
It's
is
called
your file
groove
naming
guitar.
is less than desirable. It's Guitar 0017 or something, rather than what it actually is.
No, it's Scotty Groove Guitars is what I've called it, but I've just grabbed the wrong one.
Well, yeah. We'll let you off.
Yeah, that'll be in your messages now, and you'll just have to paste that exactly where you're at.
All fixed. Isn't the internet ridiculous?
It's
You
great,
can
isn't it?
Send a file thousands of miles away within seconds. You know, it's just mad.
Yeah, that looks a bit louder, so we might have to pull that back. But
Pop.
Yep, back one. Oh, you wanted to? We'll bring them in a wee bit later.
See what we got.
I don't know whether that'll match the chords, though. That's the only thing, because there is chords in this. Yeah, back right to the start of that clip above. There we go. Yeah, pull them back.
Where's the bass?
Yeah, Scott. Welcome in, George.
Have you muted bass guitar in there?
No.
Yeah, the bass guitar we can't hear in here. Where's that
where's it
gone?
Have you deleted it? Fucking hell. What have you done?
Yeah, so we'll have this.
I put it on in because I thought that was the creator of the feedback, but apparently it was Jerry this whole time.
Thank you.
I was kind of scared too, though.
Yeah, but have you deleted it? Shit. Is that guitar a multi-track? Just one guitar.
Yeah, so we need to stop that there, right at that bit, just at the end of that fill. I've obviously just gone too long with it. Yeah, it's multi-tracked in my Logic system, but I just stemmed it down into one. If we want them in separate stems, it's easy enough to do.
Has it got like a stereo guitar a bit, or is that a different track? On
Yeah,
there?
the sort of offbeat chords are done. They're just a mono, and then
Yeah.
there's like sort of little finger picky bits that I've got. So there's all in. It's 4 tracks.
Right.
2 of them are 1 pan left, 1 pan right, basically more or less repeating what each one's doing, and the same with another 2, which is higher up the neck, and then the higher sort of chink, chink, chink is just mono in the middle.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so do we want to trim a lot of this fat off towards the right?
Ah, yeah. So I would take from the right, even just with your bracket or the mute or whatever, or I would just take it away because we don't need it again. So basically, you see where the loud goes to quiet? I would just split that on that line, right under that pink.
Just chainsaw it. Done.
Yeah. Just command echo it and then delete the right hand bit.
Samurai sword it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then see how it sounds.
Okay, does it fade itself again like when we cut that, or?
Play it and see how it sounds. Yeah, we can. It may have a little tail that we can keep. Sounds good to me.
Sounds okay.
Yeah.
To me. Save.
Saved.
That's giving it a little bit of bounce again, actually, isn't it?
It's that Scottish bouncy castle. Actually,
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all those deep fried.
I knew
Bouncy
you were
castles.
going to go deep fried. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, now.
Scott is a true Scotsman, a pot belly with a big ass.
Yep, correct. Nothing worse than a skinny man with a kilt on.
Right? You need a bulldog.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we should probably. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's hear this ending with everything else zeroed out.
Okay, I'm going to leave you two for a bit, and I'll be back in a bit.
See you in a bit, Chris.
Yep,
Right.
see you.
Catch you.
Those of you who want to head over to Hardware Jams, a lot of our people who are here compete in Hardware Jams. They do it weekly. If that's something you want to go visit, please do. I do not have the link up to Hardware Jams, so if somebody can post that link to Hardware Jams,
I'll
feel
do that. I think I can do that now, can't I? Because I've got this little
Yeah,
spanner beside my head.
you were Chrome can do it. And there will be no love lost here. We're just creating our album. This may get fatiguing on some ears, so don't feel bad if you guys got to hop out. Come back when you want. It's a long process. Hardware Jams is once a week. Strongly encourage you to go watch Hardware Jams. If not, sit back, relax, and smoke one and drink one for the old Jerry dude, the Frog Lord. Clearly, I missed something. Where is it? Oh, no, we
What have you
haven't got
missed?
there yet. We haven't got
No,
there
I was
yet.
about to say, I thought it was further on.
I'm all good naming this song Frog Lord.
That would work.
Losing your mind. Falling behind. Dirty ritual. Jerry's depression was a dirty ritual.
Unfortunately, uncontrollable, though. That's the only thing, huh?
Yep.
I think it's better coming in now rather than that. So that first sort of block of 4 there, I would try muting them so that the drums come in at the last dirty ritual. Or just move that, because what have we got there? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So unless you move the whole lot just 4 blocks to the right, maybe, because you want to keep them in even numbers anyway. Yeah. Oh, back 1, so it's on the start of that dark grey. There we go. And try that and see how that sounds.
A dirty ritual. A dirty ritual.
And you're just wanting to fade this out. Is that what you want to do with that? Yeah.
I'm fading it out, but I'm thinking Lamar just rides this out with it.
Okay.
You know? Use the entire length of it. That might not sound half bad, Scotty.
Yeah. I think it would need a bit of a longer fade, but that's something, like if Lamar wanted to play on that, that's something that we could do at the sort of the final stage. We could actually just fade out the whole track with his bass as well, which might sound a bit more natural rather than just fading out the drums.
The drums?
Yeah. I like that emptiness here.
Proper ending.
And then just him sort of grooving away on the top of that at the end.
Yeah, Jack, a step team vibe. Absolutely spot on. And there's no melody, no sequence. He can just do a nice bass ensemble to this, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I like the fade on the drums, too.
Yeah, but what we could do is if we take the fade off those drums just now, we just let him play that out. You could even double that, the length of that, and just let him play a jam on the top. So if you command D that, yeah, and just let Lamar do his thing over the top of that whole section, we can decide what point to even just on the master rather than on the track itself. We actually fade the bass and the drums down at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Would a show automation or something? Or
Yeah, but just put like a utility or something on the master bus and just fade it down that way.
Okay.
But that would be after he's recorded, but just leave that full volume for him to sort of get a good groove going with it.
So I imagine we're going to want to put that bass too on a separate track, right? Or a separate bus.
Yeah, you could just duplicate another track in there and just give him...
Okay. Shall we go back and take notes as to what we need to mix and blend if we got to blend anything a little bit better?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Or we could just do it as we go.
Okay.
The main thing is if we get to the loudest section and then sort of balance everything with that, where's the master actually sitting when this is playing? It might be worth looking at that just to see where we're peaking on the master. Oh, we're okay, actually. Well, that's not the loudest part, though, is it? The loudest part's probably that groovy section, I would think.
Barely above -12.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to get Marilyn to fill in that void in this portion with a nice vocal.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it would balance that out pretty well.
Yeah.
So I guess let's get our pen and pad out and let's start in sections from the beginning.
Yep. Okay.
Probably go from guess we could start this section first.
Yeah, go for it.
And then just let me know what you want to see, Scott, on the mixing side.
Yep, cool.
Okay, I think already, I think some of the voice effects need to come up a little bit.
I'm back for a sec.
Right, Chrissy.
Has that kick drum always been in one ear? In the beginning?
Yes.
Maybe we could pan it for the beginning and then move it to where it ends up once the other one gets going.
So you want to pan it in the beginning center, and then when it gets going, have it go back?
Either have it in the centre at the beginning, then move it out to one side once the other one comes in, or have it auto pan a little bit, wobble around a bit, rather than just stuck in one ear.
What we could do actually, because I think we've got a centre panned kick somewhere else, we could actually just take that section and take it down onto that centre. Remember,
Yeah,
we centred one of the kicks in another one.
Yeah, just move the clip to a different track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the whole clip, just for the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, which one are you talking about? Which instrument? Is it this
One
one
in
right
my
now?
left ear. The kick. Or whatever it's, TR8 doing
Yeah,
something.
it's that one. So if we go back to the other view and see which one's highlighted, if you scroll through them, see where the kick is.
Okay, it's that one right there. I just highlighted it.
Right, so if you command D on that track where you are just now, command Delta, and then just select everything in that track and hit delete. Wish you could just create a track below and copy the things without actually taking the clips with you. There's probably a way.
Oh, hey.
I know you can create a track, but it won't keep the same settings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take it all the way. Even just include that muted one and just highlight them all and delete. And then what to do is you see in the right-hand side of that track where you've just deleted from, there's like, you've got your volume, and then you to the right of that, you've got your pan. Just double click on that pan so it goes center. Nope, below that, that's your record. Yeah, that one. Double click on that. There you go. That's it in the middle. And then it's basically until that other kick comes in where it's, because we've got two kicks that are sort of bouncing left and right.
Yeah, it ends up balancing out, but at the beginning it just feels lopsided at the minute.
So if you just play that where it is just now, Lamont, and we'll see how long. Take that loop off as well, that top orange loop cycle button, so we can just play through this and see where they actually layer up. It's quite a bit actually,
Yes,
isn't it?
now it's in there. I've got something in my right ear though, haven't I?
Falling behind.
Got that snare drummy, not snare drum, box drum type sound. And you got the
Okay,
other
that's
bass
the
drum in there.
that one that's in the right is this pink one, this salmon one,
Yeah.
and the one on the one on the left is the hot pink one.
I thought we had another kick that was on the right as well.
I think it's
We have
this
seen.
one. It might be that modular kick. So let me go back to the other view. Okay, so that modular kick is on the right.
Why are we not hearing that then? Is
We
is
are.
the gain down? I don't hear that from here.
I heard it. Well, I think I heard it.
I
That
hear the duck, 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 duck with the echo on it, but
the modular tom is on the right. The modular kick is forward. The 808 chromatic is forward. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's to the left. There's another low tom that's slightly to the right. And
Yeah,
that's
that-
it as
that
far as...
second- Yeah, that second kick's in now, isn't it? Last time I heard it was in. So that's where you need to like keep the panned left kick panned, but before that we want it centered because it's on its own, isn't it? It's hanging out on its own. That's a bit rude.
basically just drag those two boxes, the two pink boxes, down onto the next track, the ones below you. So yeah, drag that one straight down, and then the other one straight down to your left, straight down. No, the one to your left. Yeah,
Your other left.
your other
Yeah,
left.
my other
yeah. That's Marilyn saying she's on her way.
Oh, bless.
Oh, okay.
Marilyn.
It's not like you're drowning every time you say that shit.
Isn't it? Bubbling. Give it a go. See what we got. That's better. That feels more balanced.
Okay, was there anything that needed to come up in that section, in your opinion? I just thought I set the whistles and the other voice effect up a little, and it sounds way better.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What
sounds
about
good.
lifting that drone pad just a little bit louder? Because it seems a little bit quiet at that start. See how it sounds. You've got like I think it's maybe the Hydra synth, is it? That does that. Just all the way through it.
We're going to lift it for the whole track or just for the beginning?
Yeah, and then pull that back a bit on the channel itself now. Yeah, keep coming down. Keep coming. About there.
Is that woman's voice loud enough? I think the other sound effects are loud enough. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it sounds fine. You don't want to overpower them. It's really just an atmospheric thing in the background there.
Yeah,
What do you
a little
think, Chris?
filler in it. A little
Yeah.
tinkly filler type of thing.
Okay.
Is it centre? Where is it pan-wise?
One comes from the left, one comes from the right. The first vocal comes from the left, and the second one from the right. And then the percussion elements and bits and bobs that come in there, the sort of the little fills and things are just scattered all over the place.
Okay, bit right. So we've got the woman's voice on the right, and we've got your little way in the background after the woman's voice. They're both on the right. One wants to move because it's feels very righty, that part.
Well, I'll have to redo that stem because I think that's in my stem that I sent.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think no.
Yeah, the woofus. Yeah, 100%.
Is it? Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a Lamont thing.
No.
Oh.
If you solo that, if you solo,
have another listen and see if I'm talking out of my arse, which is entirely possible. Shit, I just made him a load of work. Fuck.
no, not necessarily because I can just go in and rebounce that.
Just check it's me getting it right or whatever. I'm not fucking it up.
So So this is the whole stem that I sent.
Yeah. Sounding good so far. That, which Wayo type thing, it's in the right, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is
it
that
wasn't.
you?
It was in the right. Yeah.
I can easily move it.
Oh, right. Is that your stem though? Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing's the stem. Yeah.
But you didn't sound bad in the right to me, though.
No. It sounds okay right now, but we had that, and then we got a woman following it, both in the right, and there's nothing happening in the left. So either add something in the left or move one of those two into the left.
I could move my.
Just trying to keep it so we don't end up with like all the little things happening. Have a period of time where they're only happening in one ear. Got to give the left ear a bit of love, you know. I could get a T-shirt. couldn't I?
I'll put the
Left
vape
ears
on the
matter.
left. That's what I'll do. I'll put the vape on the left.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, put it in. I wanted that vaping anyway. I'm going to get a T-shirt that says "Left ears matter."
Wait, Scott, why won't all of the tracks unmute themselves?
What have you done?
What do you mean unmute themselves?
Oh, never mind. I see where it is.
He's just being silly.
Disregard.
He's being silly. You've been awake way too long, mate.
I have.
Yeah.
Hey, if you get knackered, give us a shout.
Just knock it on the head. Yeah. Just don't be pushing yourself.
You've got work tomorrow, don't forget.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that vape. That's a cool fucking sound.
How's that, Chris?
Yeah, much better. You're going to tell you done the thing now. I didn't do anything. He said it's better. What the fuck?
No, No, I panned all of the one shots I did to the left.
Ah, okay.
Keeping you blind. Wasting your time. Dirty
Okay, and duck out for another 5 minutes. Dr. Sim's about to come on. So
Okay.
back in a bit.
Cool. See you in a bit.
Catch up.
Guitar's down. Too loud.
Yeah, I was looking at that snare first. Hang on 1 second.
Ah, cool. Okay. What to do is drop an EQ8 on that as well, on that guitar if you could, Lamont. See how much bottom end is in this, because it sounds quite fat actually. Might just need to put a little bit of a low cut on it.
You created a fat bottom end, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, it's not bad actually. Ah, but there's more comes in a minute. That's just the initial. There's more comes in. It will get fatter in a second. Ah, there we go. Right, so if we put a low cut on that and pull that up to a little bit more. Oh, about there. It's not fighting with Lamar's bass so much now.
No.
Now what you could do is put a high cut on that as well. So if you go to number 4 and put rather than a low cut, the opposite, the high cut. That might just be enough there.
Shit, it got even better, didn't it?
Yeah. It just kind of takes a bit of that sharpness out of it.
Welcome in, engine. Monkey manga.
Yeah, that sits in there better now.
Yeah, it literally looks like it's caged in, huh?
Did that brass come up in volume a bit there? Sounded like it came in
did.
awful loud. Why was that? Have we got that layered or something? Like 2 of them that's actually... It's because we've got 2 layers. Yeah, it's where that orange one's starting, like. So what we'll need to do is if we pull the volume of that orange one back, where is that sitting at just now?
Which one, the top or the bottom one?
Yeah, it's the why have we got 3 going there?
I have no idea where that bottom one came in. I think we should wipe that bottom one out, no?
If you highlight it and mute it just now and see if that fixes the problem. Yeah, if you go back to that other view. Yeah, and just highlight that bottom section and just hit 0. And then play it through in context and see if it gets louder again. Yeah, I think what it is because we've layered so many of the trumpets on top of each other, so it's kind of just doubling the volume of a lot of it.
Right.
The way you would get around that, if we can zoom in on that part, just this whole trumpet section. Yeah, let's have a look at that there. So, right, so if you, let me see. Right, what we need to do is, before we mute the top section, if you take the orange trumpet section, and what we'll do is we'll duplicate what you've done as far as muting on the top.
This one here.
Yeah, so if we pick that one up and drag it right back to the very first small pink section. Sorry, if you hold, well, you can do that, yeah, and just what we'll do is do Command Delta twice now. Right, and then if we zoom in a little bit more, and wherever you've muted on the top, mute on the bottom as well. So you're kind of duplicating what you've done on the top, and what we'll eventually do is we'll mute the whole top section, so we're getting that same vibe as what we had there.
So
without layering them on top of each other. So you basically want to highlight the orange below, so you're actually highlighting where that says clip deactivated, but below on the orange one. So you're highlighting the same space as what you've deactivated on the top.
So you want me to slice all this up?
So basically, yeah, just highlight from where it says clip deactivated on the top, just copy that on the bottom, just basically highlight from the start of that to there, and then hit 0. And then do the same with the next one. Right, and then let's scroll along and see where else it was deactivated, but we had it in there but off there, so we'll leave that. Hang on, if we go back again, don't go too quick just now, because what we will have to do is we will also have, well, no, that'll be muted, so that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, shit. I'm just trying to see where they're... Because where we're getting volume lifts is where the identical part is playing on top of each other. So try and just mute that top part just now, and let's see where we're at. And then we can... I think it's because we're layering them both. What it does is, if you end up with two very similar files on top of each other, all it does is double the volume, basically. So if you mute that track just now, so if you click that button there, that should switch that off. And let's just listen to this in context with the track, just for that lower one. If we take the solos off, so we can actually hear it in context with the track.
Oh, I thought you meant with just the horns on.
No, okay. It's just to see if we can hear the... Right, so that's working. But what we need to do is on that last one, yeah, so that's working it. If you just Command Delta the last orange one, and then we need to take those deactivated clips out at the same positions as the top one. So you might have to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you'll have to zoom in because that's taking off too much, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's taking off too much. So if you just Command Z that. And then 0. And same with that next bit. Perfect. And that should fix that now. And then what we can end up doing is just deleting that pink trumpet section from above, because we don't need that at all now.
You sure? It was sounding pretty good, doubled up.
Well, what will happen when it's doubled up is lifting it up in volume. That's all it's doing, is lifting the volume. That's why you're getting these sort of sporadic jumps in volume every so often.
But it kind of sound full though. Like we can always turn the pink one down a skosh more. If it doesn't sound right, we'll just delete it. But
see what you think. Yeah, see what you think. Try it and see what you think.
gotta unmute it. I like it. Just sounds like it's something else there with it.
Keep it in there if you like it. It's your track. Definitely keep it in there.
What do you think, Moser? You listening to this? I'll play it again.
Hang on, that last section we've copied in is a bit late. If you go back and zoom in, yeah, that's all coming in too late. It's like we've maybe clipped it too. If we delete that bottom orange row from the start of this here, yeah, that. I think there must be a tail on the other, no, all the way from the bit we duplicated over. If you zoom out a little bit.
All the way over here?
No, if you zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
Zoom out the way, sorry. Yeah, perfect. Now you'll see it there. See where the line is? Just at the start of varied trumpets. So it's basically that, all those 5 boxes. So if you go to the left there, that orange part, select that. Just press on it.
Here?
Right at the very top of it. So we're selecting that whole part. And just delete that. And delete the next 4 as well, because what we've done is we've Command Delta'd that, and there's still a tail on the last one, so it's all been pushed out the wrong direction. So
I'll delete these right here.
yeah, just to get rid of them. And what we'll have to do is look at the end of the last one before we Command D it, because it must have a little bit of a tail on it. It's really annoying that it does that with these stems that I'm sending you. It must be something between Logic and Ableton. So then we zoom in on that very last section, that very end of that. Yeah, right on that. Yeah, there we go. See it? We just drag that back, then Command D it, and then we're going to have to mute everything again. Oh, we've done that twice, have we? Yeah, you've Command Delta'd that twice. So just delete that end one. And then what you'll have to do is go in and zoom in and mute these parts to match the top. Yeah. Perfect. That should be good now.
Okay, let me ask chat. Do you guys think the horns are too loud? Should they come down a bit? I'm thinking the horns may just be slightly
loud is what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah, definitely. So try pulling the second section, the one that we've just worked on, down as well, because you've pulled the first ones down a bit. That's better.
Yep.
Why do I want to put a Caribbean shirt on and go and get myself a cocktail?
Well, Check just said it's got that Gregory Isaacs. And I'm a huge Gregory Isaacs fan.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what he's talking about.
I'm starting to hear him sing Night Nurse. on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, Chrome says louder in his opinion. They're not competing with anything.
Well, the brass section kind of has its own section, so I get his point.
Yeah, it's its own section.
I don't know.
I thought that was balanced right there.
I'm with the three of you guys.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were balanced that time. They were screaming out a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think when I hear it on the ears, when it all sounds kind of uniform, it's more pleasant. But that's just, preference based.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Marilyn did mention something earlier that she's not too keen on the transition, so we'll wait until she's in to see what she says. So the transition going into this, I think, is what she was speaking about.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Or should I say, Marilyn?
Marlin.
This song has so many different variations.
Yeah,
to
yeah. It's like a complete journey.
It is.
Yeah.
Now I want to hear Davey say, Marlin.
Motherland. Num num.
Num num.
Play the transition part. Let's just.
I was going to start from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So we can hear it through since we've been mixing it. hear that voice.
I can hear that voice.
Cause there must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two.
Just be careful for a copyright strike.
Falling behind. Keeping you blind. Wasting your time.
Frog Lord. No, I said we find a song for the Frog Lord. We build something for him. See, this all ties in nicely together. This first half.
Yeah, it all just seems to just drift into each other, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, Prometheus. Glad to have you here.
I kind of like that transition.
Okay, in my opinion, right there needs to be some sort of swell, Scotty. Can you find a couple of swells we could choose from that just go, something to...
Say that again. Like what?
Like some kind of swell, like a...
I just wanted to hear you make that noise again.
Cocksucker. Just go get your...
What kind of instrument you think Scotty's got over there?
You want me to do this with my ass?
You want me?
Please.
You want my ass to make this sound?
Shit, please,
Would you like some soap suds in it?
Irish
What have I come
spring
back to
soap?
here?
Oh my God.
Okay, the transition. We're looking at this transition. Hang on, Chris.
I went away to make a cup of tea, and my cat decided the chair that I was sitting on is now hers. So I'm sat on the edge of a chair. Fucking nice.
Even pushing the twat around. A twat pushing the twat around. Something.
Well, there's an idea for you. Is why don't you do some sort of vocal effect?
I could probably have
doing like
her
a
do one. It sounds like a female. Sound like
You've got a
something.
vocoder there.
A vocoder.
Yes. Yeah, the VT4.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds like she would be able to do something nice to transition into that. Because that's essentially where we would want her voice to go in when Cressy was coming up with lyrics last week.
Yeah, I got some new lyrics.
Did you send them over?
No, I just thought of them.
And then it goes into this, and it's just like, kind of like back where you started, I guess.
Still hear still hear a vocal in here, or is it just, do we just leave this?
Well, there's infinite options. Loads of options.
Okay, but how long is this going to ride for?
Depends if you tell it with any lyrics or not.
Right.
Yeah, but this is short. This portion is very short as it is.
This is Lamont saying this is short. Okay, so this is about 8 minutes.
Right. 8 minutes. This is short. This shit is still going.
Yeah.
This is short.
As everything else on here, this is short.
If you want something short, then I'll be doing it. It'll be about 12 seconds. You've got lots of room to do something in here, i.e. some like melodic lead thing, or vocal thing, or effects thing.
Hang on, Chris. The wife is talking to me.
Okay.
No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, what were you saying, Chris?
Saying you got lots of options.
Yeah.
You know this melodic thing that's on now, this ding ding.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty, he's run away.
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
There we go.
Losing your Chrissy.
What can we do to that lead line without actually sort of really changing it to make it a bit less like you're hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again?
Oh,
Is
plenty.
there something we can do to it?
Yeah, and quite a quick one, really, to be honest. That would probably add a bit of interest to it, is to add the odd note that's coming in. If we slice that odd note and put it in reverse just before the next note comes in, so you've got like little reverse bits coming in, which I've been hearing all the way through it anyway.
Just to like break it up a little bit, so it doesn't get ingrained in your head so much, if you know what I mean.
If you go down to
The
where that
Woodstay.
keys is,
Ding, ding.
what is it now? I think it's quite low down, isn't it? Yeah, it's on that EP, I think, is it? Or is it? No, it's the Keyscape. That's the one, is the original one. Or not the original one, but the one I think you're hearing. If we look at, if you go scroll back down again a little bit, Lamont, please. And solo out that group that all the purple stuff is in, just the entire group. So if you go up to the actual group itself, not the tracks that are in it, but
Yeah, the folder part.
yes, and solo that group out. And I would, at the moment, let me think about this now.
I can't even follow basic instructions right now.
No, you can. Heads are not in the right
struggling, aren't
place. If you go to the Keyscape and do Command Delta on the track itself, just along to your right, yep, and duplicate that track down. And if we zoom in on, this might be something that'd be easier for me to do later on actually, but if we zoom in on that part, just the purple part that's highlight, well, yeah, that part. Now double click on that. I want to see if there's a way of reversing these easily like you can do in Logic, because the last time we've done it, it went very odd. Yeah. Yeah, so there is a rev in there. So if you hit that reverse, you'll see above your fader that's in that, there's RAM, then there's reverse above it.
It'll just flip it, it should do. Ooh, where's it gone?
Give it a sec, I think it takes a while.
Oh,
there we
I
go,
should
that's all
rewrite
been reversed. Now what we're going to end up doing is taking a few of these. We won't be taking the whole lot, but so if we take what we can do just now is, just out of curiosity, is just turn the volume of that track that we've just created down to, what is it at just now, minus 15 is that?
Yes.
Take it down to minus 20 or so. Now this will probably, it might not, we might get away with it sounding really cool, but we'll just play it through and see how it sounds, because sometimes these reverse things are pretty neat. And especially with this staying on the same key, we might just get away with it. To the point of where we can just delete bits and just bring them in.
Too bad.
I'll tell you what to do is throw a reverb on the top of them.
On the reverb ones, on the
on the reversed ones, yeah. If you drop a reverb on the top of them,
Losing your
make
mind.
them flow a bit.
and we'll try and put, like, if you change the decay time of the reverb to probably 6 or 7 seconds. And I would keep the dry wet where it is just now, and we'll just have a listen to that and see how it sounds.
Smoother, isn't it?
Just try that in context.
On solo, see what we got.
I'm fucking liking it.
Yeah.
What I would probably do is turn the decay time of the reverb up a little bit more. Whoop, about there. And turn the dry wet up to maybe 60 or 65%, something like that.
Losing your mind.
That sort of fixes the issue, doesn't it? Gives it a different feel to the early bit.
What I would do is, if we zoom in on that part, it'll make it fit a little bit better. If we zoom in at the start of that part, and oh, not quite so much, zoom back out again, just so we get a better view of that. Keep going about there, and move that box to, so pick up the whole section of that purple one at the bottom, and move it to the next dark grey line at the start, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that one. And try that. I think then the notes will kind of work with each another, I think.
Has a bit of like a violin bowing effect. doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. I like it the other way, to be, if I'm being honest.
Did you
Yeah.
prefer it? Well, hey, put it back.
Put it back, man. I mean, it sounds alright like this, but also it sounded alright a minute
It's
ago.
just it was just the notes weren't quite clashing so much with that second way. But if you prefer it the first,
Play it
it's hey.
Hold on. Lamar wants to hear it this way and then the other way. Hang on one second.
So you can just do this now and then just Command Z and it'll go back anyway. So you could play it this way and then Command Z and it'll put it back.
Losing your mind. Falling behind. Dirty
Want to hear the other way?
Just Command Z it. There you go.
Losing your mind. Falling behind. Dirty
I think they're both so. It's like you.
Like one gives you instant gratification of the reverse, and the other one
It's like-
stretches out.
It's like splitting hairs.
Yeah.
At this point, you're,
I like.
Both good.
Yeah, you're just splitting hairs.
Is there any
What
way?
we
is there-
splitting pubic hairs or what was what are we
No,
splitting here?
you splitting African giant pubic hair. So that's that thick horse shit.
Is there any way, Scotty, we could do both? One half this way, the
I was
one
going to say
half.
that, you know. I was going to say that.
Oh shit! Oh shit! he's-
Cressy, listen to me. The synth player is now a fucking producer, eh?
I know.
Listen, you can do whatever way you want. You can randomize them. You can do wherever you want. You can take certain ones and move them. But I personally, I would say go with your one for the first one and then bring the next one in. Or you could create another track and pan them and try that and see if we can just have them, like try 2 and see how it sounds. Like you could duplicate that again and drag the bottom one to the left and have a couple of different reflections.
And then pan them, yeah.
And pan them, one left, one right.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Let's go mental.
Let's go mental.
Or I'll tell you what you could do is undo that. If you Command Z that one, right, and then go to the key, the omnisphere on the top, because that's another bell, and Command D that track. Then select the very first omnisphere box. Double click that, sorry. And then do reverse on that. And delete the next 2 after, or the next, what is that? It must be a big section, is it? Yeah. Or you could just hit reverse on that as well. Just hit reverse on that one.
Flippity flops. Whoa.
You see Prometheus.
And then that's 2 different sounds, but they'll come in at different times. That might just work a little bit better. Try that.
Do we want to pan it at all?
I would play it first and see how it sounds, and if we need to, because it's different sounds, we might not need to pan them.
What did Prometheus say?
Oh, check it out, Scotty. When it comes to this shit.
Would it work gradually increasing the volume prior so the vocals to introduce them and then dropping back the original volume? Would it work gradually increasing the volume prior to the vocals to introduce them? Oh, so you're meaning like, you meaning like run the vocals through a reverb, then reverse that reverb? So you've kind of got that fading reverb before the vocal comes in. Is that what you're meaning?
Don't know.
You kind of get that, you get that, and then the word comes in, and then you get a faded reverb, and then the next, like, Enigma used it on that, I can't remember what track it was they done, but it's a very cool effect. It is a very cool effect, if that's what he's meaning. Taking a listen to this just now and see how it sounds anyway, but we'll wait for him to confirm.
Hang on 1 second.
No, the line you've been working on. So the keys before the vocals.
Yeah, I think he's on about riding the fader to make it higher before they come in, and then duck it once the vocals are coming in. I think that's what he's on about. Is that right?
Yeah,
about the keys.
he's saying yes.
Keys.
Want to play this one first and then just see?
Yeah, see what we got.
What to stop right there just now, so we get these identical. What to do is, if you on the Keyscape bottom channel,
You're going to move it.
double click that track. Not the part itself, but the track. Yeah, and now if you select that reverb and hit Command C.
Put the same reverb on, yeah.
Yeah, because it's too clean.
Yeah.
If you do Command C with that, then select the second Omnisphere track, the track itself. Or maybe you can get them on there. Yeah, I think you can just drop it there. Yeah, and just do Command V. In that drop audio effects box. Yeah, Command V that.
We'll have to in future, not today because I think he's too tired, but when he's like on the ball and being a bit producery, we'll have to
Just
throw him
let him
a
run with it.
ball and see if he like picks it up.
Mm.
And ask him to do something daft.
Well,
See if he gets it.
Yeah.
What better time to do it than when you have,
He's
people,
really tired
people
now.
behind you.
No.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Deprivation.
And you got work tomorrow.
Yeah, he's gonna work tomorrow.
And pull the volume of that Omnisphere reverse track down to probably the same as roughly the same as where the keys were. too much, is it? It's kind of lost it a little bit, isn't it?
Harder to follow now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
getting
a
a bit
little,
muddy.
a little bit.
Bit overcomplicating it. I think we had it a minute ago without that.
Yeah, we could just delete that. It was just a wee try to see.
Yeah, well, you got to try the idea to try
Right.
to find if it's any good or not. You know.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
worth doing to know, isn't it?
Exactly.
Never second.
So
guess
what
yourself.
are we deleting?
Just right click on that track itself and delete the whole track. That's fine.
This one here,
Yeah. Yep.
and delete this.
Yeah.
Yep.
How are you doing, mate? Are you knackered? Because if you need to, like, you've got work.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
He
I'm
is
just-
definitely knackered.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm good for
No.
a few. I'm good for a few more.
How many more minutes? Give it a time.
Probably till 6.
Yeah, let's go to 6:30. I'm good to 6:30.
What time is it now?
It's
that
10
doesn't
till
make-
6.
It's 10 till 6. I'm
Oh.
good till
Hi,
6:30.
Marlon.
Hi.
40 minutes then, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Game on.
I can't help but to keep looking at the comments
And
thinking
hoping to see him.
Jerry's gonna pop
I
in
know.
at any time.
I know.
Been
Yeah.
there,
I
mate.
keep doing the @ and then hitting uncle and hoping I see his name.
Yeah. it's not gonna be-
Yeah.
Very sad.
Because 100% he'd be in here right now and just saying ha ha ha, laughing.
Oh, and he would constantly say Command Z,
Command
Command
Z,
Z, Command
Command
Z.
Z.
It was like in the comments, he was like, Command Z. We got it, Uncle Jerry. We got it. We got it.
Yay.
Oh, it's so fucking rough, man. It's so rough.
It's just too much.
Death
It's
is
too
part of life, isn't it?
It is.
Too many.
It is. I was just telling my brother, it's funny how when some people part, they leave us with the memory and the grief of, you know?
I don't know if anybody's got a chance to see that quote that I put in Discord, but it's a beautiful
Yeah, I read it.
quote.
I read it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I left a message. Jerry's brother reached out on the last channel. I forgot to tell you guys. He reached out on this last video he dropped. His brother said, "Who does anybody know who made the phone call?" And I reached out to him and I gave him the information on how it all went down. So he hasn't gotten back to us yet, but his brother is now aware. The sister is now aware. So
Good.
his family is in. They're in control of it now.
Okay, that's good.
I hope we get continued update.
You never know. You don't know. Don't know how it goes down there.
Yeah, it's not some wheelhouse now.
Yeah.
It's not our call, is it?
No, it's not.
No. And I'm not going to say anything about his family. Like, I don't know the true situation. I just know that man was very unhappy, very depressed. And I guess that seemed to be the root of it.
And he
He wasn't even invited for Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, So I don't know what
and that's why he was so supportive of this channel in Samurai, because
Right.
he saw those two channels as his family.
Yeah. He even said, "Thank you for coming on Thanksgiving. Thank you for coming on Christmas Day."
Yeah.
And that's when most people need their family or someone in their lives. It's something about holidays that
Yes. Sort of holiday periods is the place where you find out where your friends are. It's that simple, isn't it?
I was just glad, the one thing that kept me up last night was that the questioning of, could I have done more as a person? As an individual, you just can't help but to think back and go, why didn't I spend more time on his lives? Why didn't I say?
You need to think how much you did do, not what you didn't do.
Right.
Right.
And I think just as
Yeah,
a
exactly. Yeah.
generous, giving person, I think you're just going to automatically think, could I have done more?
Yeah.
But we gave him joy. We helped him
Absolutely.
through
Absolutely.
what he was dealing with, and he said
You
it
gave him a place
constantly.
to go to.
Yep.
that people
And
talk
he,
to him.
yep, and he would email me constantly, outside of here, outside of, Discord, and he would email me personally almost every week or every other day, just thanking him for accepting him into the S.O.R family. And he would tell me, he's like, because of you guys, I have a reason to continue on living.
Well, my brother was in law enforcement, still is in law enforcement, and we were both medics for 15 years. We know what COPD and depression does, and what exigent circumstances are, and we were fortunate enough to be in the business for 911 for many years to know, to get Sim Samurai in the headspace of, you need to bear this weight and we need to do this together, And Samurai doesn't have a weird fucking ego issue. That man is open to the universe. And if you are seriously trying to tell him something, he looks at it with an open heart, So you guys may see one thing of Sim Samurai on this show, but he's quite different person in many ways and has a huge heart. Yeah, and he loves everybody, and
Well, if this alone doesn't prove that,
Right, exactly.
people are blind,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, at the end of the day, people are going to believe what they want to believe, right?
yeah, exactly. So
So,
Can't change that.
no.
and
the bottom line is his heart mattered where it counts. So
Right.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
I'm a big fan of respect the athlete, not the personal life of the athlete. But in this situation, when I talk to Sim Samurai, I respect the athlete and I respect the personal life of the athlete, and that's very rare, even with artists and musicians.
Let the tears flow, Apollo. Don't hide them, bro. Let them go. That's a project you guys worked on.
And if you need to come on right now, Apollo, and speak your mind,
Dude, do it.
you have an invite in your email.
Yes, he does.
This is the place to do it. We're here for you. I know you had a lot invested with Jerry.
They were best buds.
I've seen that relationship grow.
Yeah.
I've seen you guys getting ready to start your live channel. People were flocking to it.
It was
You guys had chemistry shit. You had
Oh my
Panda
God,
on
yeah.
there all night long. That man
no
did not sleep
because
and
he
went to
was
work the
there.
next day, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Apollo, take all the time
Yep, take
that
the
you
time.
need,
Take
bud.
the time you need.
Yeah.
Yes, Jay Williams. We are a tight-knit family. Anytime you want to come and hang out with us.
Losing your mind. Falling behind. Dirty
I'm going all the way to the end, Cress.
Good, you found it, huh, Matt?
A dirty ritual.
So this is I hear bass at the end. This is the end. This is bass with the drums.
This is going to be like a reprise of the middle bit. Sort of. I won't go out.
So right there is how long that drum portion is that you're looking at. And that's the end. And we're still less than 9 minutes.
Mr. Bass player,
Yes, sir.
stick some bass in there.
Stick some bass in there.
Let me get his track.
You know what? As a quick placeholder, copy that upbeat bass into that area just to see how it feels going back into it.
Ooh, even better.
Even better. Or butter even. Even butter.
May not even have to pick up C.O. Sebes.
Just to give us an idea of what it feels like to drop back into it. You know what I mean? What? I've just been
Nobody saw my comment from earlier neither. I'm very disappointed.
What comment?
It was pretty hilarious.
Some profound thing about Marmite, was it, or something? I don't know.
No,
No.
it was a profound thing about trust my monkeys. I'm amazed that Scotty missed it. Very sad.
I didn't see it at all.
I put
I seen you mention something about the transition.
yeah, I haven't heard it yet, so I haven't said anything about it. But I put trust my monkeys loves a fat bottom end.
We was talking about that earlier.
Oh, I know. I heard it. That's why I was like,
You know, I love me a fat bottom.
Yeah, a man's got to have something to grab.
Yeah, I was cooking and I heard that shit stood out.
That's it was hilarious.
Ain't that right, Uncle Jerry? You know a brother love a fatty
Oh,
end.
You
he's
know,
like,
at Uncle Jerry's house, Uncle Jerry would always bring the fat bottom end bitches in.
You know-
all the kids.
You know what's amazing is now he can laugh and his back won't hurt.
Yeah,
Well,
right?
yeah, the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know he's laughing right at Uncle Jerry house.
He's like, these monkeys.
Jerome love a big fat bottom end bitch, bro. I tell you.
Jerry's house, you know.
I'm nasty. Jerry nasty like that.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. I was like, man, I'm really disappointed nobody saw that.
He is here with me.
Yeah. I bet
I bet he is Black Jesus. I bet Uncle Jerry is with Black Jesus. With a name like Jerome, he better be with you, Black Jesus.
Who would have thought Black Jesus and Black Heaven in Scotland as Jerome traveled all the way to Scotland?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's there though.
You know Uncle Jerry's house, he had a flockade of fat bottom booty bitches.
His name is now Jerome McTavish.
I got to get through this, Scott.
George G
At some
says,
point we'll
I
hear
wish
the bass, won't we?
George G says, I wish he has a big fat ass sitting on him right now. George G, how do you know he doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking love you, Uncle Jerry.
You like it or you want to play something different?
I don't know. Hold it. That shit sounds mighty fine to me.
Maybe bring in a little sooner after the drum start. Slide it over 4 to the left. Is it? Yeah. 2. Yeah, that one. Yeah, try that. That's the way.
It makes you instantly want to move, right?
Puts it wiggling and jiggling, doesn't it?
Wiggling and jiggling.
change our popcorn night to Big J's popcorn.
Oh, I already have something in the works. Yeah. And I already have the thumbnail for this weekend. Or for this week's popcorn night.
This works.
Okay. Where did he say that? Oh. Samurai, if you're listening, I sent it to you. You responded to that email. So just go to the email.
And you can always fade this down, right?
Well, that's what Scotty was saying too. That
Yeah. We could just sort of fade the whole master track at the end and just let it drift away.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean, that's a wrap.
We're about there on the end of the truck.
Yeah.
We sort of sussed it.
I don't even have to do anything.
Can we hear it from the beginning?
Well, very good at the
Through and
song.
through?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay,
say
wait,
first.
hang on.
Oh, Command S, real quick.
Okay.
Or do you want it
Can
for the
we fade
fade at
this
the end?
in?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
do
yes.
that, yeah. So if you go to the master track, down at the very bottom, and we've got a utility on there already, so all you need to do is right click on the gain and say show
Automation.
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 Automaton.
And you would want it faded out before, because you want to fade it out and finish before the bass is ended. So
Yeah.
if you scroll along to your left,
Whoa.
I would say
Make it like a 20-second fade or so. Like a record frame.
so. If you go to the next dark grey,
To the left.
no, to the right. Actually, I was
Oh, to the
thinking,
right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the right. Yep.
and draw a dot there, but don't move anything, and then go to the end of Lamar's bass section, but down on this. Yep. Oh, sorry. No, we're on the wrong.
You're
no,
doing it on the
sorry,
wrong
we're
track.
doing it on the wrong track. So just
Yeah.
Command Z.
Uncle
Jerry,
Jerry.
where are you?
So instead of Command Z, we're just gonna say do an Uncle Jerry.
So we want to select that master below. And then so we've got the gain there. So what we do is move along to your left. And there, draw a dot. And then go to the end of Lamar's bass line and just drag that right down to the bottom.
The bass line, not the master.
No,
Oh, the
sorry,
master.
yeah, at that
Okay.
point, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's just a reference of where we want to be.
Lamont, just take note of that. You were right, Marlon was wrong.
I'm sorry, you said bass line. I followed directions. You said bass line.
Are you holding command or something there?
No, it didn't put
Put a dot on it, otherwise you won't be able to pull it down. Is that right?
Yeah, why is that doing that per section though? That should just. Why is that
It's
doing
not. It's not putting the dot at
Can
all.
you do it on the master? Maybe it's something different with Ableton.
No,
that
it
we
shouldn't
need to
be.
do?
If you can show an automation line, show how to put a fucking dot on it. What the problem? What? Hello?
You're not holding any buttons while you're trying to draw that down, no.
That's how I normally put a dot. It's pretty easy.
Oh,
Yeah, you
go-
just
go-
click a
go-
dot with your left mouse
Yep.
and then go to the very end and then just drag that down. So go all the way to where Lamar's bass finishes.
Go to the right.
It's not putting a dot. That's why
But
I'm
it
not
doesn't
going
have a
down.
dot.
Oh.
Try
Two
going
dots.
up
I
on one
see
of
two
the other
dots.
tracks and
Right.
see if it puts a...
If we command Z that a few times first, because we're going to have various different volumes changes in here if we don't do that. So keep doing that until it goes back to a dotted line.
I can see a volume dot. I can see two. 1 minute ago I did. That's just a video error.
It's a video error. You have a spot on your screen.
Are you saying my screen's messy?
Yes. Yes, I am.
There we go. That's it now. So we've not got any automation on that. Why
There
is
was
that
2
doing
dots
that?
there, by the way, because I've just seen them disappear.
Right, so try again. If we just put one dot at the start of that grey, and then go to the very end.
It's not dotting.
Why the hell is it doing that?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, try to put a dot somewhere other than the master.
No, we can't because it's the whole track we're trying
No. I know that. I know that.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I'm trying
Just
to eliminate. Yes.
Right, okay, to see if it's the...
Yep. It's the master.
No, I don't see a dot.
Oh, you didn't put. I could have sworn I just saw it.
Nope.
Have we got it on the wrong tool? Have we changed tool?
Well, look who just joined us. Oh, I love your sunglasses. Can I have them?
What's up, baby? These sunglasses are hot. Come on.
I love those
Oh,
sunglasses.
there he is. You driving like you stole it.
That's that purple haze.
I love
He
purple.
did.
Purple's my favorite color.
He did steal it.
He did.
He stole a car.
We won't say anything. We won't
He
say
said it to
anything.
Mars. Going to Mars.
In his car!
I better blast off.
You should have put your name as Captain R. Very disappointed you
Captain
didn't.
R.
Oh, I can't be doing that. There's an R in Samurai.
Yeah, there is. Mm-hmm.
That R's a
Oh.
little softer.
I'm loving that mustache twirl that you got going on.
You want some of that mustache juice?
It's a fucking word curtain.
It's the word. Yes.
Right. That's the drapes, baby. That's those follicle drapes.
The follicle drapes. I've never heard somebody say that before.
Oh my God.
How you holding up, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I just feel real good now that his family's kind of got the torch now and they're going with it and stuff. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. I just feel glad that he's, out of the house and
He's
Yeah.
getting taken care of now.
yeah, we caught it in time, man. Like I was listening to you guys earlier and just saying that there was when we were chatting last night, there was just something. I mean, I knew it as soon as I seen stuff popping up in the chat. I knew it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he's gone,
I knew Saturday. But I didn't want to believe it because Jerry never missed a chatting with the Dixons.
Yeah. Never
Ever.
missed a thing. He had his
Yeah.
tailgate party. I went to check it out before the Kumite. There was nothing.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, this ain't right,
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of knew it. And, you're trying to tell yourself, no, man, it's not. It's not
I
that.
was
Yeah.
still like when you were chatting with the twins last night and Lamont was telling me about it. I was like, nope. He just probably like fell and couldn't get up. Like I didn't believe it. But I
Yeah.
think deep down inside, I knew already Saturday what the case was, but I did not want to believe it. I convinced
know.
myself it was something other.
Well, even last night, I was trying to convince myself. I was like, he said the other day he wanted to do like a YouTube detox. He spent too much time. I was like, that's what he's doing. But I was like, nah, Jerry can't stay away,
Yeah.
And then when me and the two fellas last night were talking, it was just like, as soon as one person would deviate, the other one would be like, nah, So like you guys were saying earlier, don't
Yeah.
need to go over it all again. But like you were saying
It was a good
earlier,
feeling.
it was
Yeah.
just, it was Jerry above being like,
Yeah.
man, don't leave me in this motherfucking house to rot. Just get me out. Get me out.
Yep.
That's, I feel like
Right.
what he was saying
Yep.
without saying it, And like I walked around the house a couple times while we were going back and forth. And I was like, Jerry, bro, are you there or not, man? Come on. Just like,
Yeah.
because you don't want to do it. You don't want to make the
No.
call.
Nope.
So,
Right, because
No.
someone's privacy is everything, and being YouTubers and having digital friends can be weird in many ways. But what we experienced last night was, and I'm not going to speak for you or Lamar, but I felt something very strange when we were having the conversation.
yeah, me too.
And it was not going to let us cease contact until tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
but
agree.
Jerry was different though. Like he was always different to me than, everybody that comes into our chats and whatnot. He really was true to everything that he said. Like I said earlier, like he would constantly, and it was greatly appreciated. I love hearing from him. But almost every other day or every week, he would send me an email to say, thank you so much for bringing me into the S.O.R family. And then in the email, he was like, and I thank Samurai for bringing me onto you guys. And he really meant it when he said, you guys are my family.
Yeah, he was such a positive dude. Like, I was just at
Yeah.
work today. It's hard to think when I'm at work. I was thinking about this all day and just thinking
Yep.
about him. And I was just like, I'm like, no matter what the impression his family had of him and what they were going through, I hope there can be some type of glimmer where maybe they'll come watch some of your guys' stuff where he was on there, or
Right,
check out some of
yeah.
the nights where he called into the show, what we were doing,
Yeah.
and just see that this guy was a beautiful man. Everybody's so multifaceted, like
Mhm.
just pinning people. And you know, your family dynamics, sometimes
Yeah.
it's so deep, the roots of you know, disagreements and all that, that sometimes you never even really get to see the true person that's your family member unless it's through their friends or
Right.
you know. So I just hope that somehow they get a way to see that, you know, especially his daughter and his brother and his sister, who I know, just from the conversation we had, he cared a lot about him, but it was just a rough go for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they see that what they missed then is what they're going to miss now.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And him and I connected on a different level, I believe, from everybody else, because he was having issues with, you know, his family and his mom and, you know, being the black sheep of the family. And I, you know, was open with him, and I told him, I'm going with this, you know, having the same issues with my family. Like, I haven't spoken to my mom since 2015. So, you know, we kind of connected on that level as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was a man that seemed to me, from everything I know about him, he was a man who had a lot of love to give, and there weren't many there that were in proximity to receive it. And I don't just mean physically, you know, like in the spiritual, emotional proximity around him to receive the love he had and the history in the past, which I don't know much about when it comes to all the dynamics of his family and stuff like that. I just, God, I feel like he was just getting started, you know. I feel like I feel like the engine was just getting turning, and the oil was just changed, and, you know, like the car was on the blocks, and he was like he started the show with Apollo, and I jumped on with him Thursday night when the boys were doing it. And
that was the changing factor, Sammy. That Apollo was the changing factor.
Yeah.
Because he was the mechanic. He was the guy changing the oil.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Exactly.
And I just saw it getting ready to take off. I'm like, cool, now we got prelims to the Kumite.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and he was playing again. That was the whole thing. He started playing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
he's
one.
a good guy, man. He's a good guy.
He's wonderful. The one thing that it breaks my heart that I didn't do it sooner, and it was, you know, my excuse was work was busy and I didn't have time, but I'm going to focus and do it and present it on Popcorn Night. He did a jam for Popcorn Night, and he asked me to do vocals for it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I told him, yes, Uncle Jerry, I'll do it for you, I promise. And I was supposed to do it this weekend, and I was just so drained from work, but I'm going to do it, and we're going to air it this Popcorn Night.
That's
in
cool.
his memory.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Very cool, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't blame yourself. Because
I
I did that.
know,
I didn't get
I
any
know.
sleep.
I
Literally,
know.
I got zero sleep.
Yeah.
So
I
you
mean,
can't-
it's so crazy, dude. Last night I was up all night too. I got no sleep, and the friggin' cop called me back at first. He called and asked if I had a key. Obviously, I didn't. I didn't know any of his family members' names, so I was like, I can't help you, man, you know. And so that's when they went through the next stage, and he called me back after, and he was like, yeah, you know, can I, you know, get your full name? He's, can I get your address? Then he's like, how tall are you? He was like, what's your weight? I was like, bro, why you needing all this information? My wife like elbowed me. She could hear it on speakerphone. She's like, what is it?
Yeah.
Are you a suspect? I'm like,
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
I think I kind of am a little bit because, you know,
You're the one
who
that called. Yeah.
I'm the one who called it in, you know, and it's kind of all random. So I was like, all right, dude. So I just went through the process with them, and then he's like, you got any questions? And I wanted to ask a bunch of questions, but I was just like, no, man, just give me a ring and let me know once his family connect and get this sorted out, right?
Yeah.
That's all. then I was just up all night thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was up all night with the woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's the one thing that killed me.
That's what kills you.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I seen this day coming.
Yeah.
So did I, and I didn't expect it to be so
I could
soon.
look at him in his chair, and that's only because of the profession we come from. I know what it looks like. You know, as weird as it sounds, as morbid as it is, and even if you try to mentally prepare yourself for the day, it still doesn't really do any justice, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like, so like I was very hesitant about making the call last night because in 2020, I had to do this exact same scenario for my father, right? My father was MIA for a day or two, and I called my brother. I was like, man, you've been talking to Dad? And he was like, no. Have you? And I'm like, no, I got a VOD, man. You gotta get out to the cabin, because he lived out in the woods, right? I was like, you gotta get out to the cabin, man. Check on him. I got a bad feeling. And same thing. He was passed away for a day at the cabin, out like on the ground in the woods, right? So going through that last night, I was like,
Brings back the bad memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even the bad memory. It's just I know what it feels like to make the call and then get the call back that they're toast, right? And I was just like, oh, I'm like, come on, Jerry. And that's what I was doing when I was off phone. I was like, man, come on, just like fucking flick the lights or something, man. You know, just like give me something. And then the feeling was just like, you know, just by our conversation, I was like, no, I know you're gone, bro. We got to get you out of that house. Okay, I got to do this. I got to fucking suck it up here and just do it. Get this done, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
And you guys too. Thank God. I mean, it's crazy that even like last week that I just connected with you by even having your phone number last week, you know, just having that chat last weekend or the weekend before when it was.
Right.
It's all just an interesting turn of events.
You know,
like
the
you guys
universe,
were talking about earlier.
The universe does beautiful things, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know why it does beautiful things until that situation happens.
And that's the synchronicity of what we were talking about 2 weeks ago is
maybe, you know, Sammy and the twins were meant to meet and exchange phone numbers for yesterday's event.
Right. Because
just to get him out of that house, man.
Yeah.
Just to get him out of the house.
Yeah.
Echo Craft could have done that a long time ago, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
He knew of both parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, through Inky.
Yep.
Which is strange enough.
It was strange when he told me about that. He told me about that a couple months ago. We were talking. He was like, man, I came across these guys a while ago. And, you know, I think you mentioned Inky and all that. And I was like, man, that's so crazy. And then obviously the turn of events, which you already like went over earlier.
Yeah.
I choose anger over sadness. It's a weird thing. Like I'm more pissed off than sad, you know. I don't really, I kind of got like the sad emotion got like ripped out of my soul during that experience I was just telling you about my old man, you know. It was like that happened during COVID, and the government wouldn't allow me into the country because I wasn't dosed up. So they wouldn't let me in to go to it. Yeah, they wouldn't let me in to go to his funeral and all this. So I was like, I still am pissed about that. So like when it's like for me, anger has been replace sadness. So like today I was just like pissed off. Last night I was pissed off. I'm just like, man, how the fuck is this guy being left alone here? You know, like how? I understand it, but your brain is just like, it's such a crap scenario for someone to not have not have anybody within a 48 to 72 hour span.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it just pisses me off.
Yeah. And he used to call me, man. He used to call me on the DM and say, can you please take me to my doctor's appointment? I've tried everyone and my insurance.
For real?
Yeah. My insurance won't cover.
So we were trying to plan
things
on it to go down there and help them. But, you know, we were kind of in the situation financially where we couldn't really afford it at the time.
Yeah.
And our tires weren't that great. So we're like, as soon as we get tires, we're making that trip
to go help them, you know. And we just had so much planned for them. And
it's just life, man. Me and the missus talked about, because we've been to North Carolina a couple times and to Asheville for vacation stuff. We take like road trips all the time. And I was like, man, friggin' my wife loves Jerry, right? She absolutely adores him, you know.
Yeah. Who couldn't
And
love him?
yeah, and she was like, she was brokenhearted last night, and it was just like, oh man, because we had a plan to go down and like surprise him, pop in, be like, what's up, Jerry? You know?
Yeah.
And it's not like a regret. It's just like, damn it, that didn't get to happen.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, it's like George G's. George G's mentioned earlier too that he wanted to surprise Uncle Jerry's world.
Yeah.
He wanted to surprise Jerry.
You know, the big thing is, I remember I got a 911 call for shortness of breath at a convalescent home, right? And then me and my partner show up, and this old woman was struggling just to breathe. She didn't have a nasal cannula on, right? Somehow it must have fell between her bed. And these nurses called 911. All you had to do was check on this woman who is in your facility and put the damn air canister on her, or the air tube in her nose, and she would be fine. Instead, you let her go into respiratory fatigue to where now we have to transport her to the hospital to get breathing stabilizers and steroids. And so I thought that's exactly what happened to Jerry, that he was probably in his bed, very hard for him to breathe and make a phone call, probably lucid and out of his mind, oxygen deprived. And I'm like, we just got to get someone there.
And that's what I was holding on to when you said that last night. That was my glimmer of hope, and I was holding on to it.
It's just such a complicated mathematical equation, this thing of life, you know. There's just like, it's so precise. You know, it's so
and
precise.
And we have no control over it.
Yeah, like it's so precise that it all happens, you know, and you miss it by a minute, or you miss it by a day, or you nailed it by a minute or a day, you know. It's just, it's really bizarre and shocking. It's a really crazy friggin' environment we've seemed to all end up in here.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. It makes no sense because it's everything all at once, all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kent said, I started writing a track tonight in Uncle Jerry's memory, but things have taken an unexpected turn, and now it has become a symphony dedicated to him instead. So,
then it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Then it's meant to be.
Jerry did share the same ideation.
He did. Well, it's funny because Kent said, I loved how he got my warped sense of humor right from the get-go and said such lovely things about my tracks. There's very few people that get Kent's warped sense of humor.
Right.
And Uncle Jerry was one of them.
Yeah, but Uncle Jerry was also, you know, when he went to Synth Samurai show, I'm sure he found everything he needed there. He even said, this dude saved my life.
Yeah.
And then Samurai points him to our direction.
Yeah.
And he comes here for something completely different that he needed in his life. And then he follows all of the commenters to wherever they go. And he ends up in the fucking Pubness. And he ends up at PSN.
And I want to say personally, thank you to Samurai. I don't know if anybody else has or not, but I want to personally thank you for helping Jerry through that tough time, because had it not been for you doing that when he needed it the most, this S.O.R community would have never known Jerry. Met Jerry.
And he made that very clear.
Yep. And you never know the outcome of it.
So thank you so much for being the human that you are.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to thank me. I'm actually just honored. I'm humbled that I had the chance to meet the guy. He was such a positive. He's such a positive dude. He was just And you know, I mean, I don't have to say it. Anybody who's trying to do anything or create anything or work on anything, you're wrestling with your own demons all day, every day, trying to stop you from doing it, telling you to give up, quit, blah blah blah. So I mean, when you got a guy like that who's just going through such internal anguish, and he's still willing to, you know, pump you up, you know, and pump someone else up. It's just like, oh, dude, you're like, you're an angel in disguise, you know. So just as much as I might have helped him, I mean, it was completely reciprocally, he helped me just as much in his own way.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
the
Right,
days where
yeah.
I was like, man, I'm not there's days I was like, man, I'm not doing this, and I'll be like, no, man, but Jerry's gonna pop in, so that's cool. You know, Jerry will probably call in tonight, man. So you know, it's right. You know, it's like he's just
it gave you that push.
He's just such a good energy, and he's just
Yes.
like he's like a real embodiment of yin and yang, and how you can be so tortured in one sense, and you can be such a ball of light in another.
Yeah.
And
I think that applies to all of us.
yeah,
though.
it's everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's such
Yeah.
the personification of everybody, and the fact that you can have people in your ecosphere that think something of you, and then you can have people right on the other side of that ecosphere that think the complete opposite, and you're the same man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
And
Yeah,
it-
he
and-
brought the good out of everybody,
Right?
right? Yeah.
But to have a person, no matter who it is, follow your channel with such excitement to enough to go, I'm going to create a tailgate party.
Yeah,
or
that's beautiful.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go do popcorn nights
Yeah.
or whatever it may
He
be.
was so invested
you know?
in everybody.
It was.
Yeah.
It's just
He's how your fan, how you would imagine one of your fans would be.
right. When
He's just a real dude, man. I wish I could have hung out with him. You know, he's just such a
I
cool
know.
cat.
Yeah.
He's such a cool cat, and he's lived 1,000 lives. If you haven't talked to him, man, he's done so much in his life.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's just
Yeah.
a talented guy, and he's you know, he's like all of us, man. You come out of life like a scarred lion. You know, you take your licks,
Yep.
and you have your fights, and at the end, you just fall asleep and you're gone. You know, so it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not forgotten in Jerry's case.
Not forgotten,
No.
man. That's
Oh,
not
definitely
forgotten.
not
man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was talking to some of
Yeah.
the fellas earlier. We're gonna do a little show later too, and kind of like, I'm not big on these tribute things and stuff like that, but you know, the guys can not convince me, but you know, they're like, man, you got to do tributes, and I'm like, I know. So we're gonna do a little SRM and talk about it. And I think as a personal thing, I'm just gonna like, you know, do a jam and drift off into hyperspace, and
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
the frog
Yeah.
lord will be there chilling, and we'll just bring him
Yep.
into the mix and do
Yeah.
something
He
like that. But
he
I'm gonna
definitely
miss the
will.
guy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
miss
mean,
him a lot. I miss him already.
Right, I
that's
know.
what I'm
I just,
saying.
I still
You know?
wanted to. I still am looking to see him in the chat. You know, I'm like, he's
Yeah.
not there,
Yeah. I know.
and
It's crazy. It's
if we-
crazy. It's so
if
crazy.
we can't do a funeral for him, this is what we can do.
This is what we can do for him, yeah.
speak about him, and
It's true. It's true, man. And
you know, and shine his name and what he was as a human being, as far as we know. You know,
he's a big
Yeah.
dude, and he's a big personality. You know,
Oh,
he's
yeah, he was.
the motherfucker
Uncle-
was just getting going. He was
Yeah.
just getting going.
Good.
He was
Yeah.
just pumping, man.
Yeah.
He was
Uncle,
chugging. He was chugging.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Jerry's World commanded your attention.
he
did.
did.
He commanded it.
The train was chewing. I
Yeah.
can feel it.
I know.
He didn't ask. His presence alone commanded his attention.
And Apollo
Everybody's
knew
attention.
it. Apollo knew
Apollo
he
knew it
needed
too,
to
man.
step
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
Yeah,
Those two, man, best buds.
you know,
It's
and
it's a beauty of that. You know, this is a community. Everyone can joke around a lot and talk about, you know,
Yeah.
all this and that about communities and doing stuff on and having channels, and even sometimes yourself, you wonder why you're doing it, if it's silly or whatever.
Right.
But there's a lot of external things that you don't even realize are happening until they happen, and then you're like, damn, holy crap, this is kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
this is strange. And
I
and
think
yeah.
I think Apollo and the three of us knew immediately something was
Yeah.
not right when we were doing Apollo's interview yesterday.
yeah.
And Uncle Jerry's World
But
wasn't
just
in
to
a
hear,
chat.
just to hear what Apollo went through in his personal life
Mm-hmm.
and all the loss he has been through, for Uncle Jerry to have, I have reasons to believe Jerry passed right after Popcorn Night,
I think so too.
but to have Jerry pass after Apollo was talking about all the death in his family, and
Yeah.
he's the only family member left.
yeah.
yeah, it's
It-
cruel
you know,
as hell, man.
It just makes it worse on my mental that
Same.
he was getting another part of his life established with Jerry,
And then just ripped away from
and
his
now
throne.
that's gone from Apollo.
Yeah.
You know, and I just, Apollo, if you're listening,
You're our family now. We're your family.
I really feel for you. You know, I just really want you to stay around here and talk to us
When you're ready.
when you're ready.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone be there for Apollo, man. Because like
Yeah.
they were just chugging, like you said. Jerry was
Yeah.
that old, 69 whatever Shelby
Yeah.
Mustang that was like
Yeah.
Apollo popped it up on the blocks, man, and he was changing it out. They were
He was
getting it
fixing
going.
Yeah, he was fixing it up.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
fixing it
yeah.
up, and he
Those
was-
two
it was
were
cool, man.
hilarious. Those two were hilarious. I know Panda stayed up the whole night with those
Yeah.
two. The
That
whole
was-
night.
that was wild
He
in
never went to
itself.
sleep because of Apollo and Uncle Jerry,
Yeah.
and had the time of his life.
Yeah, it's so cool, man. It's cool, but like I said, I hope that who knows what happens, man. But I hope he's relieved.
Yeah.
But damn, you got to be sad too. You know, like it's this weird conundrum. Like, yeah, he's relieved of all the pain, but and he really did have a good time sometimes too. You know,
Mhm.
it's it's you always want to think like,
Yeah.
okay, you go to that big boat in the sky and everything's wonderful, and all that. It's
It's
just
the yin yang
it's
of
just
everything.
you just don't know. You know, it's,
Yeah. I know he wanted to live, though. I know that. I know he didn't
Yeah.
want to die.
Yeah.
You know, that dude just wanted to live, and somebody to recognize that he has a signal.
Yep.
And it needs to be heard. You
Yeah.
know, straight up, like all of us, we all have a signal
Mm-hmm.
that wants to be heard.
Yeah.
big time. So yeah, man, celebrate Uncle Jerry. Throw your frog emojis for the frog lords in the chat. You know,
Yes,
Yeah.
let's
Sound-
do it,
sounds
everybody.
silly, but it's cool to me. I
Nah,
think
Uncle
it's
Jerry's
cool.
world would absolutely love it. I
You know,
agree.
it's pretty cool. It's cool, and I think
Mhm.
it's cool how everybody's so supportive and stuff. And I mean, you're blessing yourself with acquiring so many like-minded people and friends. But the more friends
Mhm.
you acquire, the more that end up leaving too. It's like a weird,
Yeah, it is.
it's a weird contradiction, but it's
Tough.
worth
It
it
is.
because you meet a lot of really awesome people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
yeah. So listen, I'm heading into the danger zone here. I got to cut onto the rural pathways. I'm gonna be losing connection here any minute. I just want
Yeah.
to pop in. I want to thank you guys because you're amazing.
Yeah.
You're true legends. What you're doing is really, it's really cool, man. And I know a lot of people love it, and it's a beautiful community. And I'm happy I had the chance to even get to meet you guys. And like I said, I'm thankful last night you were on the other end of the line to just to power up and get that
Yeah.
signal from Jerry to go get him
Right.
out of that house. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Sam.
for everything, man.
All right, you guys take it easy. I love you all, man.
Love
Yeah,
you
love
too.
you too.
too.
Drive safe.
And,
Yep.
and don't
See you later,
God bless
son.
Julie Behringer too.
Ah, God
Oh,
damn it.
Fuck's sake.
He had to, that little bastard. He had to say that, right?
He had to.
Man, that was beautiful.
Shit.
Hey.
Okay,
That was beautiful.
let's get this ending dotted and
let's wrap. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
let's
wrap
wrap
it.
it.
Long day,
Six-
mate. Let's hit save.
Yeah,
and make sure it's
save,
all
and
cool.
we'll look at this again
Have
Yes.
some sleep.
when you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just hit a command
No need to.
S on it, and then we'll revisit it again tomorrow. And real quick before everybody leaves, for those folks who aren't in our Discord, my coworker shared this with me because I was letting her know what was going on, and I broke down at work, and so she was really kind, and we took a moment, we talked about it, and she shared this piece of literature that someone found for her when she was dealing with the deaths of her father and her mother. And it's written by Henry Scott Holland. Death is nothing at all. It does not count. I have only slipped away into the next room. Nothing has happened. Everything remains exactly as it is. I am I, and you are you. And the old life that we have lived so fondly together is untouched, unchanged. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by the old familiar name. Speak of me in the easy way which you always used, but no difference into your tone, where forced air of solemnity and sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes that we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that is always was. Let it be spoken without effort, without the ghost of a shadow upon it. Life means all that ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is absolute and unbroken continuity. What is this death but a negligible accident? Why should I put out the mind because I am out of sight? I am but waiting for you, for an eternal, somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well.
And that was beautiful.
Yeah. That definitely helped earlier today when she read that to me.
The all is with us.
And if you don't say it enough, tell each other you love each other, because we don't know the last time.
And take care of yourselves and each other.
Mentally, physically.
Yeah.
Even if you got to watch the Studio B twice in one day.
Do it.
I nearly did that today because I forgot to fucking.
Yeah.
Well, see, there you go. Proof is in the pudding.
Mhm.
Proof is in the pudding.
I went on a walk today. I forced my coworker today
To go on a walk.
to get out of her seat and go for
Yeah.
a walk.
Let's move our bodies.
And you know, we did. She couldn't go as as far as we wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have the right shoes. That's fine. We're gonna get the right shoes, and we're going for walks.
Yeah. Word.
Yep. Let's get
Just
healthy.
a little push.
Just a little push. Yep. And it was a beautiful day out.
It was
today.
today. It was 61
Beautiful.
degrees.
Yeah.
It was shit here. It's fucking
Ah,
Oh,
Damn,
it was
fuck's sake.
beautiful today.
It
It's
was nice
still
yesterday,
beautiful.
but it's shit today.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right. What time will you'll be somewhere off with me? I think. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's
Oh, is he? I thought he was doing.
yeah? No, he'll be off with me
Okay.
somewhere. What
so,
time do we have our first stop?
So the vet won't be there until noon.
Okay.
But you can go earlier
Mhm.
to do that half shoe.
Okay.
And then I'm still trying to schedule the other horse at that other barn.
Okay.
So you'll be out of the house at least by 10:30.
So
And
what
you'll
time do you
either
think
have
we'll be
2
back
horses
here?
or you'll have 3.
All right.
2 trims and a half a shoe.
Okay.
So I want to say maybe 2:30 at the latest if all 3 of them.
Okay. So it's safe to say probably be here around 3 o'clock, 3:30.
I'll set it for 4,
Mhm.
but if you come earlier, you can always start it
Okay.
earlier. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And your guys, you're not 5 hours apart from us. You 4
Not
at the
anymore.
moment?
Now we're 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until you guys change your time, I believe, on the 30th.
Yeah, well, time's made in Britain, so it's our time's the most important.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
Mm.
Whatever.
Jeez.
Which is actually earlier for you guys, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now you guys are no longer 5 hours ahead of us. You are 4 hours
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, we're always ahead of you.
Yeah, apparently.
Only
Good
time,
God.
only time wise.
Yeah,
Sorry, Chris.
wow.
Everything else, not so much.
Oh.
On that note, make sure you guys don't forget that this Friday for Popcorn Night is dedicated to Uncle Jerry's World. It is Uncle Jay's Popcorn Night. So all submissions must be new and dedicated to Uncle Jerry. Whatever that means for you and how you want to do it, go ahead and do it. There is no time restraint. I am not going to put a time on it because Jerry doesn't deserve a time restraint. So please submit your submissions for this Friday's Popcorn Night. Email is pinned in the chat, and this will be our eulogy celebration for Uncle Jerry.
Cool.
And that's all I have.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have me a fucking sleeping pill and
Yeah.
hit it early.
Same here.
Yeah.
Some sleep, mate.
Yeah.
Same for you guys. Rest well, and
Get some sleep, Apollo.
yeah, take things easy.
Yep.
And
Thank you
three
very much,
too.
everybody.
And thanks for everything you done last night. Samurai
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Massive
Not
thing.
easy, is it?
Massive thing.
No.
Nope.
No, and thank you to Jay Williams. He was the detective who helped connect the family to
Everybody.
the death, you know. So
Yeah.
Thank you everybody who shows up consistently, who's invested in all of this. Yeah, I mean, this is good for everybody's mental health. So I love everybody here.
Yep.
And I'm going to say it more.
And we care. We care. If you're part
Yeah.
of the S.O.R family, we care. You are just, your family. So fucking take care of yourself, please, because I'm over losing people in my life.
Yeah,
I
same
can't.
here.
I can't do it again. Not for quite some time.
Oh, but we're gonna have a whole lot of more shit shows,
I know. I just.
and they're inevitable.
Garen comes on later tonight. Chrome has posted his link. Check out Garen. He does some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
So
More jams on in a bit.
Cressy's
Cressy's
Jam
Jam
is
is
on in a
nice.
bit. What time does that come on? Is it on in like a few minutes?
Hardware Jams is still going.
Hang on. 1, 2, 3. About 30 minutes away by the look of it.
Oh,
30
make
minutes,
sure to
okay.
switch my computer off before that then.
Yeah, Sam, I'll be in bed by that time. I'm not
Hurry
worried
up.
about it.
Hurry up.
So
Let's
if-
go.
yeah,
Let's
it's
go take a
Scottish, mate.
sleeping
It's
pill
just
now.
saving electrics. What it is.
Let's all run into the house and take our sleeping pills now.
But shit, he's done something. He's done something for 5 minutes. It's worth to watch.
6.5.
6.5
what?
minutes.
Damn.
Wait,
Check-
who's gonna be your DJ? Because if it's mumbles, he'll talk
Yeah.
halfway
Oh,
through
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then go stops it.
Yeah.
Is the cat okay, by the way?
Yeah, she's
After
behind
falling
me.
earlier.
I'm literally sat on the edge of the chair because she's got the rest
Still,
of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed that, Marlon. She fell earlier on.
Oh, what?
Unlike a cat, didn't land on her feet. So
What? How did she fall?
you just heard this almighty thud.
Ah, poor
She's okay.
thing.
She's okay.
Yeah.
She must take after her owner.
She fell off a stack of books onto the computer desk, off the computer desk, onto a computer, then onto the floor.
Oh,
Oh,
Right.
Jesus.
jeez.
How ironic would it have been if you tripped over your walking stick?
Right?
That's downstairs. Good.
Ah,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
anyway,
Thanks. Thanks,
Take
Cressy.
care, everybody.
Thanks,
thanks
guys.
everyone.
All right.
Yeah, we'll
We
see you
appreciate
tomorrow.
you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.